7 and 8. Storm's newest releases. If you have any questions, Mike Dugan, Deandra Asbaty are here to answer it for you. I believe there's keychains on the table. Feel free to help yourself. Only one, please. And we are also pleased to have Mike Flanagan and his crew from Inside Bowling here this year. So whatever you do, people across the country are going to be able to see it.
I would just change that to 6-game sweeper. Good morning, everyone. Welcome as we get underway here. It's just a little after 9. Woody's making his announcements right now here at the Grand Boot Hill. We'll get started with this broadcast. Morning, bud. Good, good. How about you? Guess he's doing okay.
If you want to bowl the trio, let me know, and I will try and hook you up with something.
Okay. Mike Flanagan, Matt Turek here, Brian Burkhart also here working hard. We're here at the Grand Boot Hill tournament. It's a weekend of tournaments here brought to you by Storm Bowling Products. And Matt Turek, yesterday I had no expectations of last night's sweeper that we had on a 47-foot pattern, flat gutter to gutter. And we had one heck of a stepladder finals last night to kick off this weekend. All be archived on YouTube to see. Today, it's a little bit different. You know, yes, 47 feet yesterday. Today, I've got the paper here in my hand. What have we got here? It's 35 feet.
31 oil, buffed to 35.
Okay.
4.1 to 1. 15.78 milliliters of oil.
Yeah, I believe it's 1.4 to 1, even harder.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we got a lot of numbers here in front of us, but we're happy you're here with us this morning. We're looking forward to watching some bowlers bowl on some short oil. You're going to see bowling balls hook a lot today. You're going to see plastic balls. You're going to see urethane balls. You're going to see very tame bowling balls in people's hands, the ones that are going to succeed. And you're going to see that ball exit the pattern out about the 5th or 6th board at 35 feet. That's what you should see today. So yesterday we saw a lot of players attacking the lanes from the inside part of the lane, playing the fade back. Today it's going to be more of your get the ball right, stay right to exit the pattern. So complete opposite from what we saw last night. Woody does a pretty cool thing here. He lets everybody practice throughout the bowling center wherever you want, and then you draw for your lane assignments. So
yeah, another cool thing that Woody does is he doesn't announce the oil pattern for the tournament.
Right,
you know,
until the morning of.
Right, yeah, until practice time.
So we have lanes 9 and 10, 13 and 14, and 17 and 18 for you. There's 47 bowlers unofficially here in this squad. And let's take them out to the lanes, and we'll get a look at our first pair here.
Pair 9 and 10.
Jeffrey Young looks like he drew lanes 9 and 10. He defeated Rob Gotcho last night in that sweeper.
That was a great match, 236 to 235.
And Mr. Wrangle is back today to wrangle the 35-foot oil pattern. Let's take a look and see. As you see, he's playing the outside part of the lane. It is short oil, but we are on the slickest lane surface in the business. It is the Brunswick Pro lane. It's a very slick surface. I was surprised. I'm seeing some guys miss the head pin to the right, so I haven't watched too many shots. Deandra Asbaty's here as well today. She's right in front of us on 15 and 16. We should see her in the next game. Rob Gotchel is back again today to have another crack at it after finishing runner-up last night. He's the back-to-back Boot Hill champion of the main event. Brent Bowers is here this morning, just walked by the booth. Some different faces today, Matt.
Yeah, and some of the same. Some people are back for more, and then you got the new guys coming in.
We've got a few ladies in the crowd. Liz Johnson's back today. Liz is in her comfortable gear this weekend. She wore a yellow Storm shirt yesterday, and now she's wearing a Storm t-shirt today. Out here enjoying the summer months and enjoying a little more of a laid-back atmosphere. Jeffrey Young last night, we saw him playing the extreme inside part of the lane. Now he's playing about the 7th or 8th board as you see him go high there.
Seems like a lot of players are playing at that same spot, that track area spot. They're not, they haven't moved outside of the 5th board, which is where I expected them to play. Looks like they're playing mostly right around 8 to 12.
Yeah, I would, if I was attacking this pattern, I would move further to the right. Obviously, these players are very talented players, and they know what they're doing, certainly, but I would be a little further towards the right on the lane.
Let's take you on down here to our next featured pair, 13 and 14.
Yeah, now here's Dan. Dan came in light, left 2-4-8. He's paired up with Tom Adcock and Brett Cunningham. Tom Adcock finished 3rd last night.
It's pretty good for being a senior. He's the only senior to make the step ladders.
Yep, they were saying don't beat up on the seniors, Rob, and Rob did last night. And then fell just 1 pin short. But just a great weekend of bowling. We're happy to have you here with us as part of Inside Bowling. We'll be here till probably about 10:30 or 11 tonight. It's the trio tournament later. We've got a Grand Boot Hill, the first qualifying squad today, about 1 o'clock. 3 bowlers to a pair, so it should go pretty quickly here. 6 games, no step ladder today.
Yep, just total pins payout.
I want to welcome in Peter Jacobson, the Metal Squirrel, Chris Pickett into the chat, 8:10 today. So welcome in, everyone, part of the broadcast. Got quite a few watching here already this morning. We know that it's nice throughout the country. The weather's starting to turn around in the Midwest, no more tornadoes. And we appreciate you being with us, even though it's summertime, and watching this great event. First time we're bringing it to you. Storm, the Bowlers Company, has gotten on board, and you see the masking units with the Storm banners. And myself, obviously, being the new director of marketing at Storm, you know, I'm here to represent Storm and Inside Bowling, and Deandra Asbeatty is here to represent Storm, and we've had a lot of good things happening here. But normally Chris Sand would be here, who's the salesman for this area, but Chris is really involved in a great event down in Springfield, Illinois, with Jeff Carter and Steve Richter and Chris Schlimmer. They're doing Storm University. It's something new that Storm is doing. They've been working very hard on it. When I say they, not only home office, but Steve Richter and Jeff Carter. And they've got a sold-out event today down in Springfield. Our buddy Dennis Hacker is assisting down there today as well. So great event there and great event here. A couple of great events for Storm this weekend. And I can't wait until tomorrow when we are going to crown someone a $15,000 champion. I mean, $15,000 is almost double what the Professional Bowlers Tour offered at the winter, or the summer swing. I apologize. The summer swing. I think it should be renamed the spring swing, by the way.
Yeah, because it takes place in spring,
really
not necessarily
was,
summertime.
It really was. But that's okay. We love our buddies over at the PBA, and obviously some great shows coming up on the CBS Sports Network, too. You don't want to miss those Tuesday nights. First one's coming up here this Tuesday.
Yeah, prime time.
So, a very interesting short oil pattern, but we are seeing a lot of players go light early on this morning.
Yeah, it looks like Brett did trim his fro.
We've got Sean Belmonte in the chat as well. Jay Kopp. Appreciate that, Jay Kopp, congratulating me on the new gig at Storm. It's going to be interesting, I can tell you that. Making the move, the trek out there, being part of a marketing department for such a powerful company. It's going to be wild. It's going to be wild. I got to learn a lot about bowling ball manufacturing, but hopefully we can implement some great things for the industry, sell some more bowling balls, and generate a lot more buzz about this great game we all love.
Is Tim Sherman in the chat, or is this a joke? Because that's pretty cool. Tim Sherman's out there in the chat watching us. Want to say a shout out to Tim. I haven't seen him in a while. Glad to have you here. Peter.
Brian made a good point. Just let us know. He said, hey, you know, maybe the lanes are looking like they're a little bit slicker because of the amount of oil that was on the lanes last night. 47 feet.
Did they oil this morning, or did they oil last night?
They oiled this morning, but, you know, a lot of times, you know, lane machines are built great today. There's no doubt about it. But often you need to almost do a strip twice when there is that kind of volume
out there,
especially down lane.
Yeah.
The 47-foot pattern yesterday.
You could see the carry down.
Yeah,
like 50 feet.
Yeah, when we were moving the cameras after every game, I mean, it was very slippery down there, gutter to gutter. So it's an excellent point, Brian. And speaking of Brian Burkhardt, who's with us, and we talked about this yesterday, but Brian Burkhardt is in the clubhouse in the lead at the 2013
That's
USBC
right.
Open Championship. He and his partner, Rick Gatlin.
Got a celebrity up here in the booth. Got two celebrities.
Well,
Storm Brass.
Yeah, that's true. You'll get a look here at Deandra Asbeatty on lane 15 as she throws it outside and the ball hangs. And as someone said in the chat a little while ago, we're bowling on Pro Anvil hang.
You see Brett Cunningham with his freshly trimmed fro. Looks like he pulled it a little bit.
It looks like these guys on 17 and 18 have got them maybe a little bit figured out. Let's jump out of here and head over there. Brent Bowers, Randy Weiss on this pair. Lanes 15 and 16 just off to the left, you'll see Ken Abner. Will come into your screen. You'll see him here in just a moment. You're looking at Brent Bowers on lane 18. And it seems like I repeat myself a lot, but Brent is from the Wichita area. He founded his own bowlers tour. He, like us, is really all about promoting the game. And it's good to see Brent made the 12-hour drive up. We had some great conversation last night. And it's really good to see and meet Brent face to face. And he's one of the guys you root for in an event like this because he just does so much for bowling. See if Deandra here can make a better shot. She took 3 off the right on the last shot. 4-pin there. We arrived at the same time this morning, the three of us, and Deandra pulled in at the same time, and she opened up the back of her Trailblazer, I believe it is, or SUV.
Yeah, Explorer.
And there was a ton of bowling balls in the back of it.
Yeah, there were.
And a big jug of Mr. Clean.
Maybe she's trying to stay clean. She brings that along, and she's not doing too good this game.
If you bring some Mr. Clean,
you can stay
clean. I like that.
Kind of rhymes, too.
That's pretty good. We'll have to tell her that. We'll have to let her know.
Should put some out on the table down there.
Yeah.
Maybe a broom so she can sweep.
Yeah, we could. Yeah, that's a good idea. So early on, it's the first game of the Saturday Sweeper here at the Grand Boot Hill. We hope you're enjoying our broadcast. We hope it's streaming well wherever you may be throughout the country.
Yeah, we got a couple different things that you can interact with us today is in the chat, of course. Yeah. And then, of course, you can always tweet us at #InsideBowling. Your tweets will appear on the screen. Another cool feature that we just are beta testing this weekend is the Wirecast for YouTube. It allows viewers at home to watch any camera they choose. You don't have to watch what we're broadcasting. You can still hear us talk, However, you can choose which pair of lanes you want to watch. If you know that somebody that you know is bowling on a certain pair and we're not showing them, go ahead and go to the YouTube channel. It's youtube.com/insidebowling.
Yeah, and you can select lanes 9 and 10, lanes 13 and 14, or lanes 17 and 18. And I'm not sure if you go straight out to YouTube if you can get it up. I don't think we're broadcasting live on there. But what you do is you just go down below on your on the screen that you're on right now on the IBTV InsideBowling.com.tv page. Refresh that, Matt, real quick. Should appear down there on the bottom right. It'll show up just to the right of the Twitter feed, and if it's not there now, refresh your browser.
Yep.
And you can actually have 2 separate broadcasts on the screen at one time. We have our YouTube embed, and we also have our live stream embed. We don't like to rock the boat too much, so we're beta testing this weekend. But you can pick your pairs if you'd like.
Chris Pickett in the chat there wants to know which is the most versatile ball Storm has on the market.
Well, geez, that's a loaded question. You know, it really depends on your style. If you're a boomer and you got a high rev rate, you know, the IQ Tour Solid was designed to help the guys with a bigger rev rate blend out a lane pattern. It's supposed to be a ball that, you know, it's not a big snappy ball down lane. It doesn't charge off the break point. You can always alter it with drillings and polish and get it to be more angular down lane, but you know, that IQ Tour Solid is a good overall ball. I've heard some people say, well, it hits weak. Well, the reason why it probably hits weak is your angles, you're trying to open up the lane too much. You're used to bowling on shots where other balls like a T-Road Pearl over the years, a new High Road Pearl, more aggressive balls like the Sink or the Lucid. Those balls are gonna break much harder down lane off the spot. So if you're IQ Tour, if you feel like that ball's maybe coming in a little bit light or weak, it's just because that ball's not designed to really open up the lane a lot. Worked really good at Nationals for me. I actually switched to it in singles the very last game.
How did you have your surface?
Box.
Okay.
And I threw 10 strikes the last game, and I didn't even pull it out of the bag because I thought it would lope too much, but it was perfect. So the IQ Tour is, I believe that's the right ball that you want to throw right out of the gate in practice. And then you figure out where you want to play on the lanes, and then you go from there with the arsenal. If you want something where you can open up the lane a little bit more, you know, go with a symmetric piece. That's going to get you some more length and more angle down lane to open up the lane pattern. You could go into a High Road, a Marvel Pearl. You know, the Marvel Pearl core, the Marvel core in general, is the second most successful core of all time in Storm history. And that new Marvel S that's coming out, it's got nanotechnology on the cover with that Marvel core. So
what other pieces
one.
have that core been in the Storm line in history in previous years?
Just all the whole Marvel
Just
line.
the Marvel line.
The Marvel line. So it's very successful core. I'm not much of the technical guy when it comes to the bowling balls. You know, I'm just passing along information, and you know, I've seen that ball on TV, and then you know, on the Roto Grip side right now, the Wrecker, the Disturbed, and the Defiant Soul were the last 3 releases by Roto Grip back in January.
All 3 of those balls are good.
All
good
3
balls.
of them, yeah.
All of them.
And
you can't say anything bad about any of them.
And Chris Schlemmer's been working real hard with redesigning that whole look at Roto Grip. Him and Roger back at home office with Hank and Dave's support. Bill, of course, you know, Matt, Martin, Ernest, they're all working real hard back at home office trying to really take it up with these bowling balls. And Steve Klimpkin, too. You can't forget Steve. Steve, the technical director, works really hard on making sure that these balls look good, feel good, pick the right name, and in old Vic and Hank, you know, drawing it up on the napkin, putting it into the computer, making sure all the dynamics and the core specs all just work out.
What drive do they put the napkin into the computer?
Yeah, I don't know what you know. I know that they write it all down on a nice, you know, very thick napkin, and they use
just smash it in the CD player. Or
yeah, I think they do,
and the DVD burner.
And Vic and Hank work hard on that. So some really cool stuff learning about how bowling balls are made. It's just not, oh, we'll try this on this ball. And you know, one thing that we do at Storm that I've learned to find out, being the new guy on the block, is we take what works and we test it with new things. And if it doesn't work, we keep tweaking our covers. We keep tweaking different things that we can do with. We think we have the best cover stocks in the business. The ball doesn't hook at your toes. It gets down lane. You see what you want in the mid lane. And let's face it, even before I worked for Storm, it's a proven fact that Storm bowling balls win, and it's a proven fact that Storm bowling balls are a lot more skid flippy. You're going to see more direction down lane with a Storm bowling ball in your hand. It's going to store more energy,
more angle.
And it's going to hit harder. So I mean, there's just so many balls in the product line right now, from the high end with the Sync and the Lucid. You know, some people say, yeah, I can't control the Sync. Yeah, I can't control the Lucid. Well, maybe you're not bowling on the right lane pattern, because I will tell you, yesterday in that sweeper last night, if Vern Peterson would have been here, he'd have been throwing a 500 grit Sync, just like he did in St. Louis at the IB Open, and he would have been whacking them just like he did there. And he bowled really good on that Friday night double squad, he and Rob. And, you know, Rob Gottschall yesterday on a 47-foot pattern used the IQ Tour and the High Road. And, you know, the Disturbed is an amazing ball. There's just so many of them, top to bottom. I mean, I really – and then, you know, I didn't even say Gold IQ, which, in my opinion, is ball of the year.
I would have to agree with you.
I mean,
after seeing everybody out, even on tour, in local centers, throwing that ball and scoring well, it's a good piece.
Watch a split screen coverage here, the 2013 Grand Boot Hill. It's a Saturday sweeper, game number 1, early in the morning here. Just getting going, 9:40 in the morning here in the suburb of Chicago, Addison, Illinois. A beautiful Stardust Bowl. Mike Flanagan, Matt Turek, talking to you, bringing you the coverage here. Woody Demma's event. He's been working so hard for so many years, bringing scratch bowling to the masses and trying to provide great prize funds. Losing money the last few years, as a matter of fact, and doing it because he loves the game and trying to give back and trying to provide a great scoring environment, fair scoring environment. And we're talking about Storm products right now, as Chris Pickett asked in the chat. And, you know, we were talking about Roto Grip. Well, Roto Grip's got 3 great new balls coming out. They've got the Rumble, which is that's in the Wrecker line. That's your value line. And the Rumble comes box finish, which is, I believe, around $2,000 or $4,000. Forgive me on that, but it's got some surface on it. And the Wrecker came polished. So if you were to drill a Rumble and leave it box and compare it to your Wrecker, well, it's going to give you a smoother shape. And it's got a new core in it that was tested and is being used in that ball. And I think you're going to like the shape of it. I did a video shoot with Zerbinski recently, and he really is looking forward to being able to use that ball. I believe, and forgive me if I am wrong, but from what I saw with it in Zerbinski's hand, I believe that's going to be your ball in the Roto Grip line. That's going to be kind of like your IQ Tour Solid in the Storm line. It's going to be more of your even ball, kind of your benchmark ball. Mm-hmm. And then we've got the Pearlized Disturbed, which is called the Deranged, which is as beautiful as the Wrecker rolling down the lane. It's a lime green with a white, just like that Wrecker is blue and white. It's green and white. That ball is going to be a hit. And if you want one of those, I'll put an order in early, because I know those are going to be in demand. It's just a beautiful looking bowling ball. It's going to sell right off the shelf. And that Disturb was such a great ball for people. The Pearlized version is tremendous. And then we got this new Totally Defiant, and that's probably one of the most beautiful looking bowling balls I've ever seen. It's red, black, and yellow. It's basically a high-end ball. It's your Defiant Soul. It's a Defiant Soul, but it looks like it's more angular down lane. A little more skid flippy than a Defiant Soul. Definitely a ball you want to put in your hands. That'll be out in August. And then on the Storm side, we got the new High Road Pearl, 5 years in the making.
I can't wait for that to hit the market.
And it smells like grape punch.
Even better.
Smells great. And then we've got the new Marvel S. And the Marvel S, I watched Pete Weber and Mike Fagan use it at the video shoot that we did. Those videos will be coming out in the next couple of weeks. And Mike Fagan could strike from 6th arrow to 1st arrow. I know he's been able to do that most of his career, but just to watch him open up the lanes with this ball and to see Pete be able to play right with it and just take his hand out of it a little bit, it's a very versatile ball. Both of these balls coming out are very versatile. Both a couple of great balls to have in your bag.
And to answer Renee's question here, we don't have a pairing list yet, so we do not know who is bowling this squad and what lanes they're on. But as soon as we get that information, we'll pass it along to you.
Aaron Lawrence is down on lanes 3 and 4 right now. I believe they're going to skip a pair. I didn't listen to the skip procedure, but I would assume
it's the same as last night.
So he's going to go to 7 and 8, and he's going to skip 2, and he'll be on 13 and 14. So game number 3, Aaron Lawrence should be on our feature pair. Be able to watch him bowl a little bit. And what's our scoring pace looking like here? Brett Cunningham, 194. We had 172 on that pair over on Jeffrey Young's pair. Jeffrey can shoot 190 with a spare strike. 144 and 142. So lanes are pretty brutal. Can we go over and just full screen 17 and 18, Randy Weiss's pair? Take a look at Randy Weiss, Brent Bowers. Looks like Randy missed the head pin to the right. Looks like he's got it disturbed in his hand. He'll cover this up. He can shoot 214, which is like a pretty good score right now. The young man here, letter A, is looking to strike out with the ham bone here for 182. And it looks like Brent Bowers has got 235 left. So we'll leave it here. A couple of 200 games here in the making, which are pretty high scores from what I see right now as we look around this building.
Yeah, high game so far I've seen is 223, down on 19 and 20. There's a 279 max score opportunity on lanes 19 and 20 also.
Yeah, go ahead and take it over there. I just moved the camera. It's not a great look here, but lanes 19 and 20 actually. There's 4 on that pair.
Oh.
Players are moving around on the other pair, so we got a little bonus coverage here as we were just talking to Woody Demma. Lanes 19 and 20, as we said, Mike Rose Jr. is about to bowl over there, and looks like Mike Rose can shoot 211. If he spares this up, he's left a 7-pin. If he spares strikes, he can shoot 211. Looks like it's old Liz Johnson here with a possible 279. Short oil pattern, no no surprise there.
Yeah, she's probably not firing pocket rockets today.
Oh, yeah, I don't know.
You think so? I haven't gotten to see any of her shots
We're going to look
yet.
right here. We're on lane 19. Liz Johnson, first shot in the 10th, 279 max score.
She's playing outside. Oh, carries the 10.
And I would guess that's an IQ tour.
I'm going to go take a look and see if that is an IQ tour.
You know, Chris, I think you're right. She might be 50 pins higher than anybody else after this first game. The other highest game I've seen so far is a 226. I'm sure there are several other 200 games down on the other end of the center here. It's just hard for us to see the scores at this point from where we're at.
Hey, I'm down here with Deandra Asbeatty. Is Liz not a rock star?
Yeah, she's pretty good. Yeah, this is like a walk in the park for her.
She's playing right around the 8th board. We're going to talk to Liz here real quick. We're going to make her talk to us. Liz Johnson, can we have a moment with you? Liz Johnson, 279. Way to go. Playing about the 8th board here?
Yeah, that was very surprising ball reaction right there. It's not a ball I pull out that I would think to start for this morning. So it was a very good surprise, and I guess just coming off a good night last night and getting some confidence for this morning. So.
Real quick, what ball is it and how you got it laid out?
It's an IQ tour, kind of strong, pin between my fingers, hold down, pin down, hold down, and ball stops in the right spot.
Yeah, it looks great. Good luck. It's awesome. Yeah, so we were just talking about what would be a good benchmark ball to use on any pattern. We just raved about this ball, and now here's Liz Johnson walking by me and shoots 279. I don't know what else to say, really. 279.
To answer a question in the chat, there is a way you can watch on the iPhone. You should just be able to go to insidebowling.tv, and it does work on the iPhone. Just let the page load and then click play when the window pops up. You should be good to go.
Well, we got action underway on our other pairs, Matt. Why don't you take us maybe over to 9 and 10?
All right, we got a prize list here for today's sweeper. That we're going to pay 8 spots, with the 8th place spot receiving $500, 7th place $550, 6th place $600, 5th place $650, 4th place $750, 3rd place $1,000, 2nd place $1,500, and 1st place taking home a cool $3,000 today.
Yeah, that was guaranteed $3,000. Down here, Cameron Foster, Dan Perry, Steve Smith. Down here on lanes 9 and 10.
What do you see down there, Mike?
Dan Perry, lane 9 here. Looking to stay clean through 3. Cameron Foster made the trip all the way from Utah. He's up on lane 10. Steve Smith, 7 spare double working here, opening up here in this match of qualifying match. Does that even go together?
A match, a qualifying match.
Qualifying match. If you beat everybody on your pair all day, usually that's a good thing.
Yeah. Yeah, there are. It is a pretty challenging field out there today.
We're seeing the bowling balls push much further down the lane than you would usually assume to to see on a short pattern. But we talked about that earlier, about this lane surface and about stripping and oiling the lanes after a 47-foot pattern. It'll be interesting to see day to day and pattern to pattern how they play. But you know what? It's the same for everybody, so it's all that matters.
Yeah, this is one of the hardest surfaces to bowl on the market.
You can wall them up too, though, Matt. I've seen that.
Oh, I'm sure you can.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sure you can. And by hard, I mean like the lane surface is hard to the touch. It's not like challenging.
Well, it's also hard to the touch.
Well, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why I play so slick.
Yeah, absolutely. And compared to wood, where the oil would has a place to go, it could fall into the cracks,
or
it could
get
seep down,
absorbed or evaporate faster.
Here, it just moves.
Yep. To answer another question in the chat, for the rest of the weekend, the schedule of events is a 2 p.m. qualifying squad for the main event today, 2 p.m. Central Time, and then around 6:30, they're going to have a trio tournament. That's going to round out today's coverage, and then tomorrow we're going to start bright and early at 9 a.m. Central with another qualifying round for the main event, followed by the third qualifying round at 1 p.m. Central. And then we're going to round out the weekend of bowling extravaganza with at 5:30 p.m. Central Time live stepladder finals. Winner of the main event takes home a cool 15 grand, right, Mike?
Yeah, and I'm not sure if it's even a stepladder. I think it's
just
elimination matches.
Oh, yeah.
This is our first time here, so we'll just play it by ear. We'll take one event at a time, and we'll see how we end up.
He was doing a great job.
I want to welcome all you guys out there. This is day number 2 at the Grand Boot Hill Weekend, sponsored by Storm, the Bowlers Company. You're watching a 6-game sweeper here. Total pins win. That kind of rhymed. First place takes home $3 grand. Matt Turek alongside Mike Flanagan, our roving reporter, and behind the scenes Brian Burkhart doing a fantastic job. Couple different ways you can get in touch with us today. You can tweet us with #InsideBowling. You can talk to us in the chat. We'll be interacting with the chat all day long. And then the cool new feature that everybody's talking about is the choose your camera option. Down at the bottom of the IBInsideBowling.tv page is a embedded YouTube stream where you are allowed to choose which pair you want to watch. You can watch 9 and 10, 13 and 14, or 17 and 18. So that's a cool new feature. Let us know how that's working out for you in the chat.
I want to thank Richard Fairley for the tag on Facebook. I've been getting many other ones as well, but just got one here a little while ago from Richard Fairley. Let everybody check out the live broadcast that we're doing here today. We appreciate everybody helping us out with that. Don't forget #InsideBowling. We'll get your tweet up on the screen. Got close to 100 people watching here this morning. Good morning. What is your cereal of choice? Is it Count Dracula?
Count Dracula.
Is it Frankenberries? Or is it, what am I missing on the other one? The blue one. What is it? It's Frankenberries.
I have no idea.
Anyway.
I'm thinking of Fruity Pebbles.
Or is it Lucky Charms?
Lucky Charms is good.
Captain Crunch.
Ooh. Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
Yeah, if you had to cut a shredded wheat,
yeah,
that's kind of for
the minis.
That's kind of for the older folks.
Yeah, but I like the minis with the frosting on them.
Yeah, yeah.
That's good.
And you know, there's that guy that says they're great.
Yeah, Tony the Tiger.
Tony the Tiger.
Yeah.
Frosted Flakes.
There you go. They're good. They're good to just munch on. You know, throw them in a cup.
And people make like
eat them. Well, yeah, you can
make like potato dishes with Frosted Flakes in it. So tell us what your favorite cereal is in the chat. Let us know. We want to know about that.
Or if you're,
it's morning time.
Yeah, if you're not a cereal eater, just let us know what your favorite breakfast food is.
And there's no serial killers allowed in the chat. If you see one, kick them out right away. Ban them, please.
Lucky Charms by Chris Ennis.
maybe we should ask a couple bowlers.
There you go. Got some tweets coming in this morning. We're glad we can make your working environment much more satisfactory. We're proud to do that.
Yes, we are. So let's buy in on our other two pairs that we have. If you can give us a split screen on the other two pairs, it'd be great. Jeffrey Young, lane 14.
Yeah, our champion from last night's sweeper. I'm telling you, that was an awesome match to watch.
It was.
Him and Rob Gottschall.
Good stuff. We'll have that archived sooner than later. Maybe that's what we should do. Maybe I should ask the bowlers what they had to eat this morning. Liz Johnson.
We should compare it to their score and see what breakfast food wins.
Not a bad idea.
Might be a sponsorship opportunity there.
Brent Bowers right here. He'll be our first one. Brent, what'd you eat this morning?
I have not had breakfast.
Did you drink anything?
Water and an energy drink.
Breakfast.
What'd you shoot the first game?
223.
Oh.
No breakfast, 223. He's our first guinea pig. We're going to find out what Liz ate this morning. So far, no breakfast.
Yeah,
is 223.
Liz just shot 279. She must not have eaten for days.
Well, we're going to see if we can find out. Still got me okay?
Yeah, you're good.
Far out of range here. Liz is deep in a conversation here right now. I'm down here by lanes 23 and 24. Liz, what did you have for breakfast today?
What did I have for breakfast? Oatmeal and banana and Dunkin' Donuts.
Oatmeal, banana, Dunkin' Donuts, $2.79.
Oatmeal at the hotel, and then a banana and Dunkin' had to get my coffee for the morning, so coffee addict.
So what we're doing this morning, Liz, is we're trying to find out what everybody ate and drank this morning, and then we're trying to see what their scores are.
Last night, that was a huge thing.
No alcohol last night. Okay. So all right. So Brent Bauer shot 223 with eating nothing. And Liz Johnson 279 with oatmeal, banana, coffee.
From Dunkin' Donuts.
From Dunkin' Donuts. Oatmeal at the hotel. Okay. Thanks, Liz. We'll stop bothering you. 279 the first game, this young lady. I'm gonna. Bart is gonna tell us what he had, I'm sure. Hi, Adam Barta. I want to know what you had for breakfast today.
I had nothing for breakfast. Maybe that's the problem.
What'd you shoot the first game?
I had 139, but it's all about giving people head starts. Liz Johnson, first time I ever seen her. She looks like she's pretty good, but I had to give her a head start. I gave her a 140 pin head start the first game, and this game I'm gonna pick up some pins, and I think I'm gonna snap her off by a pin for the 6-game total. Wait a minute, I just woke up. Never mind.
Okay, yeah, we're asking everyone what they have for breakfast. That's the question this morning, and we're trying to translate that on whether or not it helps or hurts their scores by eating.
Obviously, by looking at me, I need to eat, and I didn't. Maybe that's the problem.
Okay, Brent Bowers did not eat anything and shot 223 the first game.
Change of pace. My son Logan here has nachos and cheese.
Logan, you have nachos and cheese?
Yes, I do.
Those look pretty good. No jalapenos?
No thanks.
Okay. Logan down here. How old are you now?
13.
13. He announced his birthday at the TNBA Reed Hawthorne when we were there.
Oh, was that his birthday?
Yeah, it was his birthday, remember?
Oh, well, happy birthday, Logan.
There's a great YouTube video out there of that. Okay. Down here on 25 and 26. A little bit all over the board this morning with the breakfast.
Find out what Brett had for breakfast there.
Maybe Tom Adcock will tell me what he had for breakfast. What'd you have for breakfast, Tom?
I had BK, bacon, egg, and cheese croissant. Usually that's my routine every morning coming before a tournament. So.
And what did you bowl the first game?
A very large 172. Not very good.
Okay, so it looks like our question in the chat on whether or not eating or not eating relating to your performance here is really thrown out the window, because we've seen people eat and not eat and bowl well and not bowl well, Tom.
Yeah, I don't know what anybody else's habits are. I can tell you right now, it doesn't matter with mine whether I bowl or whether I eat or not eat. My bowling goes out the window when it wants to, so looks like it's done that way so far this morning. Hey, it's early. Still got time.
A lot of time left. Good luck, Tom. Okay, so I think we're going to go ahead and shut this breakfast deal down now.
All right.
Basically, we have proven that it really doesn't matter what you eat or if you eat or not. It does not affect the way that you bowl, or it is specific to each particular individual as a whole. So that's that. That's what we got. Aaron Jones is here. Are you bowling this tournament, Aaron? You're not going to bowl? Why not?
Doing some pitch changes, fit changes. I got some help from one of the bowling's great coaches in this game, and give me a couple ideas with some fit and pitches and things like that. So trying those out. I'm bowling the competition right now.
That's smart. He's working on his game, guys. Aaron Jones is here, though, hanging out today. You going to be here all day?
Quite a bit of the day. Looking at a lot of the talent and a lot of great players, seeing what they're doing and things like that.
Cool, man. Good to see you. As always, buddy. Always. As always. So not only do we have great bowlers participating here, Matt Turek, we've got great bowlers
just watching.
Just watching. Dave Armstrong, ask you one question. Did you eat breakfast this morning, yes or no?
Yes.
What'd you bowl the first game?
223.
Okay. All right. There's another guy that
breakfast with
this guy
220.
eats breakfast, shoots 223. Brent Bowers doesn't eat breakfast, 223.
It
just doesn't
proves
matter.
it goes back and forth.
Just doesn't matter. Back in the booth. No longer roaming. We have come such a long way. I get to sit here, I get to watch two screens and a crystal clear feed. I get to see the scoreboards right in front of me. I get to watch just like you guys are at home. Did we ever get an entered list?
Nope. Got a prize fund list. Unless 46 bowlers, or is this last night?
That's yesterday, bud.
Okay.
Hand me my laptop, will you, please? Go ahead and unplug. Let's go ahead and take a look at our entered list here. It's down below for all of you to see. Ken Abner, Tom Adcock, Alex Aguiar, Dave Armstrong, Deandra Asbady, Adam Barta, Devin Bidwell, Brent Bowers, Jackie Carbonetto, AJ Chapman, Brett Cunningham, all on the squad. All in this sweeper today. Mike Dugan, Jeff Fair, Alan Filmley, Cameron Foster, Matt Gasson, Rob Gottschall, Steve Greenspan, Brian Gunn, Brittany Hamilton, Rick Hara, Daniel Jernigan, not Mike Flanagan, but Daniel Jernigan. I like that name. Liz Johnson, we saw her shoot 279, game number 1. Marshall Kent, Sam Lanto, another great bowler, Sam Lanto in the field. James Lewis, Aaron Lawrence, Rick Miller, Mike Murtha,
Chad Nelson, Ron Nelson Jr., Ralphie Nickel, Dan Perry, Terrell Peterson, R.J. Pollard, Mark Porter, Chris Prather, Sean Rangel, who you see is on our feature pair here on lanes 13 and 14, Mike Rose Jr., David Schilke, Stephen Smith, Rick Thomas, Jeff Vanaskis, Brian Valenta, Brian Wallachek, Randy Weiss, and Jeffrey Young, your winner from last night, rounds out your field this morning at the 2013 Grand Boot Hill Saturday Sweeper. Mike Flanagan, Matt Turek here with you. Game number 2 about to wrap up. It's 6 games straight, no step ladder, total pins wins. Liz Johnson off to a great start with 279. Should have standings coming in here shortly for you. Jeffrey Young looks a little confused at his ball reaction out on the lane. Whoa, just a bit outside there. Mr. Rangel.
Go ahead, take me over.
Serena Williams has won the French Open.
Don't tell me that. I was wanting to watch all that. I told you that last night. I already ruined my Novak Djokovic and Nadal match.
Well, I'm telling you right now that that's going to, I mean, you're going to see it somewhere on.
No, it's all right. I'll still go home and watch it.
I want to thank Adam Barta for the shout out on Facebook, giving us a link. Let everybody watch. I'm sure Marcy's at home.
Game number 2 is wrapping up here. Scores across the boards out in front of us are pretty low. Only one 200 game in the 6 pairs in front of us, 204 game. Down on the higher end of the house, though, there are some strings I can see.
We talked about it yesterday. This is a great bowling center, a beautiful place, owner support. It's a fantastic place to be in, and if you have a chance to be in the Chicago area and you want to get some bowling in, I would definitely want to make sure that you head out here to Stardust Bowl. It's a beautiful facility. Probably always open lanes available, although I'm sure there's a lot of demand here in the center. 84 lanes.
Yeah, I was tired walking out of the ATM behind lane 68 or whatever it is. I was out of breath.
Not much going on here right now. Maybe, yeah, there you go. There's a pair for you. 17 and 18. Tom Adcock just finishing up here. Tommy's a gamer. If he's not executing shots, he's thinking and trying to do all he can to try to get his game turned around. And when we talked to him earlier about breakfast, Tom's always good sport. Just letting us know he's not real happy with the way he's throwing the ball this morning. But a clean 190 score here. It's got 191 left. Clean game. Not a lot of strikes. Just 2. 3. 3 it looks like. Usually at this point in time, this is where you would see Tom make a ball change or try to fish and find something here. And as I said, he moved outside and thought he would see if he could see something. A lot of the bowlers are fooled here this morning because they're expecting to see a lot of hook. And there's not really a lot of hook.
Got some tweets coming in.
The Zerby. Is that how you say that? Zerby. Relaxing at home, watching a little inside bowling.
That's what we like to hear.
Inside bowling.
We just talking like it's you and me.
Yeah, that's right. You know, ebony and ivory.
Got a
go together like perfect harmony.
Update from game number 1.
Game numero uno. I think I'm going to do this in a funny voice. Do it with an accent. Oh, we like welcome all you here. First place, Liza Johnson, plus 79. Second place, Michael Dugan, plus 33. Third place, Mark Porter, plus 31. Fourth place, Dave Armstrong, plus 23. Quinta Bowers, plus 23. Ron Nelson Jr., plus 20. Randy Weiss, plus 14, and also a plus 14, Jackie Carbonetto, young lady. So if you couldn't make that out, Liz Johnson's leading at plus 79. She shot 279 game 1. Michael Dugan, 233. Mark Porter sits third at plus 31. Dave Armstrong and Brent Bowers both tied for fourth at plus 23. Dave had breakfast, Brent did not. Ron Nelson, 220. Randy Weiss, 214. And Jackie Carbonetto, 214. We had 18 of the 47 bowlers all bowl a 200 game or more. So Liz Johnson on cruise control. If she can average 210 for the rest of the block, she'll probably win this thing.
Last night's sweeper champion, Jeffrey Young, is sitting 24th place at minus 10, shot 190 the first game. Other notables, Deandra Atzbady, 31st place, minus 24. Rob Gottschall, minus 30. Brett Cunningham, minus 6. Brian Valenta, minus 9.
Game number 3 getting going here. Lanes 9 and 10, 13 and 14, 17 and 18 is what we have for you here today. Matt Turek, Mike Flanagan. And last night we talked about this new organization that's been formed. It's making quite a bit of a stir here in the bowling industry. And last night in the chat, hanging out a little bit, and we made a request for some shirts. And we're here to see if they're going to make do on their commitment in the chat last night.
Absolutely.
And we're now joined by Grady Merritt from the iGrind organization, and we're going to find out all about them and get some excellent commentary here. Welcome to the booth, man.
Thank you, thank you. How's it going, guys?
Oh man, it's going great. So, you know, right out of the get-go here, you know, I got to be honest. I was in Milwaukee last weekend for the summer swing. Some guys were telling me about a pretty hot topic in this iGrind Facebook group, and it's a closed group. And I saw some things, being said, and stuff. So I immediately asked to be a part of it, and I got accepted. Did you accept me? Was it you that accepted me?
Yes, I did.
So thank you for the acceptance
You're welcome.
into your iGrind group on Facebook. And boy, what I read right away was a bunch of bowlers that are very passionate about this game. And I'm happy to be part of the group now. And now here a week later, up close and personal, tell us a little bit about iGrind and what you guys are doing.
Well, first and foremost, I'd like to thank our Lord and Savior, Jesus Christ. Without him, none of this is possible. With that being said, this all got started with a vision from God, trying to make bowling accepted the same way as golf is, as far as the public opinion, prize fund, foundations, and things such as that. And we ended up starting iGrind Autism Awareness. I have an 8-year-old autistic son that I've learned through intensive early intervention. These children, these individuals are very, very smart. Their intelligence exceeds what people really know. And so I have a passion for that as well as bowling. And I joined the tour last year and found out that it is a sport.
Yeah.
I was a decent house bowler. I was a good house bowler. And I joined the tour, and it's a different world. So I gained a respect for the sport and the players, and I started hearing some of the things that were going on as far as bowling sponsorships with the bowlers and prize fund and things like that. So I wanted to put my two passions, which is autism awareness and bowling, together and bring it to the global forefront. And no other way better to do that through the PBA and Inside Bowling, working with Storm. The guys over at EBI down in Kentucky have been very helpful. And we're starting with our showcase at Lakewood in Richton Park with our regional, July 18th. 15 grand for first place.
Yeah, tell us how you have a regional worth $15,000 for first place. How'd you pull that one off?
We have a lot of our donators and our backers believe in our vision. They share the same vision that we have, and they wanted to make it happen. It started with me trying to get in touch with the PBA, and it was kind of hard to get a response. So what better way to get their attention than to hold the largest regional that I can remember. I can't remember a regional being 15 grand.
So is Bobby Jekyll running the event with you then, or?
Rich Weber. Rich Weber's helped me organize it, and he's been a very, very big help to the iGrind organization since the beginning. So
it's part of the Midwest.
Yeah, it's a Midwest Central combo. So it is Mr. Jekyll and Rich Weber.
Okay.
There's our Pro-Am. We're going to have a Pro-Am at noon, which is basically for most of the special needs children and adults in the Chicagoland area. And it'll be from noon till 2. They can come out for free. They do not have to pay. It'll be catered. We'll be giving away balls, shirts, bags, everything bowling related. So if anybody in the Chicagoland area knows anyone with special needs, they're invited to come out for free and have fun and meet their favorite bowlers.
Well, that sounds awesome, man. First of all, I'm a big Celebrity Apprentice fan.
Okay.
You ever watch that show on NBC?
Yeah.
And Holly, I believe it's Holly Pete's, Rodney Pete's
Holly
wife.
Robinson Pete.
There you go. Yep, there you go. She raised a lot of money for Autism Speaks, and I bought a lot of those Snapples that she was part of on the show that donated money to that great cause. And I really like that charity and that foundation, because I couldn't even imagine what it's like to have a child with autism and just what all you have to go through with that, and that's awesome. It's cool to hear, and you guys wanting to get involved with the PBA at the very highest level of bowling, raise money and awareness, and what you said about golf and bowling. You want to make bowling like golf. I mean, you share a lot of the same passion that we do and a lot of other people do in the sport. It's good to know you, for sure, man.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, now that things have moved along, we have an outstanding reception from the PBA. I had the opportunity to meet with Tom Clark and Jeff Rice, and it's just amazing, the relationship we're forming and how we intend on revolutionizing the sport of bowling. And very simple format.
Yeah, and maybe next year we'll get involved and be able to come and broadcast it for you. I know we couldn't get it done this year. My niece is getting married, and I'm going to be a part of that, so a little short notice. But
that's awesome.
Hopefully next year, maybe we can be a part of it or get involved with iGrind. I definitely want to get a link up on our website.
For sure.
To link people over to your organization. Do you guys have a website? Or?
Yes, we do. It's igrindbowling.com.
Perfect. Yeah. So we'll get that put on there.
Yeah, we've been some of the things you can find on our website. We have been endorsed by Nike. So we will have a full line of Nike jerseys, arm sleeves, we'll have new bags, shoes, eventually balls. We have fully customizable dye sublimation jerseys with these crazy art designs that I've never seen before. It's through a company that we're working with, we've partnered with. And
now, is this just you working on this, or do you have a team, or?
Like I said at the beginning, I'm led by our outstanding Lord. He's given me these visions, and I've been able to share them with Brian Gunn and Stephen Elford, and we've just kind of grown from there. My parents have played a huge role. My mother and father have played in this. So no, it's not all me at all. There's a group of us working very hard on this.
What is the goal in 5 years? What would you like to see the iGrind organization doing in 5 years?
On which front? On our bowling or on the autism awareness?
Give me the bowling first, and then tell me what that would lead into with your autism awareness.
I'd like to be able to work with the PBA to construct an actual tour where it's more a tour instead of a couple selected events and all being bunched into 2 weeks. Where a lot of the guys, a lot of the lower tier guys that don't cash a lot have to take off work and miss work. Then they don't cash. They got to pay for travel, hotel, entry fee. I would like to change that to where there's a major event every month, and the prize fund exceeds $1 million each event. That way a lot of these bowlers can cash, and they don't have to work 9 to 5s and then go grind and practice in the bowling alley and then go home and feed their family. And no, they can go grind during the day just like golfers do. Golfers don't work at Walmart.
Yeah.
They don't. And there's no offense to people that work at Walmart, but
no, right.
That's their job. They wake up, eat breakfast, go to the course, and practice their art, their passion. But bowlers don't have the opportunity to do that right now because they have to work and they're not making the money required to support a family or a single lifestyle with the way it is right now.
Checking out your website over here. You guys got a pretty good message board going on.
Yeah, that's the original message board from the original site that was constructed a few years ago.
Okay.
And we just moved that into the forum section on our main page.
Yeah.
And yeah, we encourage people to get on there, join, share it. It doesn't matter
I just signed up for it.
Excellent. It doesn't matter your skill set. Share.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
That knowledge is power, and that's how you'll get better at the game.
Yeah, it's cool that you guys have a place for different ball companies and talking about what bowlers did during league, tips to improve your game, critic me, layout drillings, smack talk. This is a pretty good message board you got.
Yeah, and anybody who wins local, like on our homepage, we have Brian Gunn won the Pepsi Masters last week.
Yeah, I saw that.
So if people win local tournaments, it doesn't have to be just on the professional level. If you win a tournament, you do something good you're proud of, email it to us. Mm-hmm. We'll put it up. We'll share it.
Yeah. Yeah, their website again is igrindbowling.com. I would definitely check that out. Sign up for their membership. It is free. Check out their shop. They got some T-shirts and different cool things on there.
Yeah, you know what? Something else. Click back. Go back a page.
Okay.
If you go under tournaments, you'll notice there's a schedule of all upcoming PBA events. If anybody wants to advertise their tournaments that they're holding, Feel free to
the
get
Storm InsideBowling.com open in the last weekend of April every year.
There you go. There you go. So yeah, just feel free to email us, and we'll work something out. Get it up there for you.
Looks like there's a PBA 50 tournament coming up in July at St. Charles Lanes. I didn't know that. That's going to be exciting. Back in hometown St. Louis.
There's a couple local ones coming up. There's one in Oak Forest. It's a 2-day. It's a reduced entry fee, 2-day event. I believe it's $155 to enter. There's one tournament Saturday, one tournament Sunday. So if people don't have the opportunity to spend the whole weekend bowling, they can get out there, get some good competition going. There's our regional, of course, and I think there's one at Laraway Lanes somewhere in June or July. And there's the Tinley Park one.
Yeah, here's your Autism Awareness Classic, July 18th.
Yep, and everybody make it an effort to come to our traditional Pro-Am at 9 o'clock, or I'm sorry, 7 p.m. that evening. We'll be raffling off all sorts of bowling equipment, mobile entertainment systems that we've got from one of our local sponsors, Shockwave Custom Audios in Frankfurt, who's done up my Corvette, which I'm sure most people have seen. We're raffling off a $1,000 smart account for the children.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so
that's really good.
Yeah, we got a lot of good stuff going on. Just trying to change the sport.
Yeah, well, you guys are doing a good job. You got a good stepping stone. You got a nice looking website.
Thank you.
And Facebook page also. Go ahead and join that group.
I'll tell you what, obviously, you know, we share a lot of the same similar things. The one thing that we've really been able to advance at is this live streaming. We're speaking with Grady Merritt here from the iGrind organization, working with the PBA, trying to make great things happen, also trying to raise awareness about autism and raise money to help research and do things for autism. Matt Turek, Mike Flanagan here, game number 3 of the Grand Boot Hill. It's the weekend. It's the second event. It's the Saturday sweeper. It's a short oil pattern here today, but the players are a little confused because it's not playing as short as you would think. The middle of the lane, you cut the ball short into the lane, it will hook, but if you get the ball too far to the right, it does hang. So very demanding, very difficult conditions yet again here this morning. And we're sitting here talking, as I said, with Grady Merritt from the iGrind organization, talking about some great things in bowling. And one thing that I see is we have us at Inside Bowling. We have the Real Bowlers Tour down in Atlanta, Theo McNair and his group. We've got an organization like yours that has popped up. We're starting to see more and more organizations pop up and trying to do something for bowling. I hear a lot of people out there on Facebook and message boards, people saying, oh, the so-and-sos aren't doing it right, bowling should be on TV, this and that, the Open Championship should be this. All these people have these opinions. But I have so much more respect for people that are actually making it happen and trying to do things. When they have an opinion the way they want to do things, then when you actually do it, you know, you're a doer. You're not a sayer. You're a doer, and I like to be around doers. And
yeah,
I'm proud of what
speak louder than words.
Yeah, I'm really proud of what you guys have been able to accomplish, and I look forward to keeping an eye on what you do and bookmarking your webpage and you know, growing our relationship with you as well.
Outstanding. You know, we really appreciate that. Everybody at home, there's hundreds of us that are part of iGrind Nation, and we plan on reaching millions. And yeah, Inside Bowling, what I'm looking at in front of me, this is outstanding. This is cool. All I'm missing is my Xbox.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're going to be, I encourage organizations to pop up. I just looked up that, the Real Bowling Tour. And they have some good tournaments.
Oh, they do.
They have monster
Theo
tournaments.
McNair and his group down there, they are great. They're a great organization. Then there's the Underground Bowling Association up in New York.
Yep. I talked to Ryan Simonelli last week about that. And we want to get involved with everybody, because you can't just, you know, get involved in one area and monopolize it, for the better words. Right. You know, you want to work with people and get it going.
It's like they say in the Mighty Ducks movie, ducks fly together. You know, we're better as a group.
Very true. This is very true, and these bowlers are amazing athletes. I would challenge anyone on any level of professional sports to come out and try to grind away in 8-game blocks, switching lanes, There's no halftime. There's no timeouts. There's no TV breaks.
Yeah, no coaching tips.
No coaching at all.
Yeah.
You know, you have to figure that. And on top of all that, it's on a playing field that you can't see.
Yeah.
You know, my father, standing right here, is a PGA. He was a senior PGA professional golfer. And I've been out with him many times. And, you know, various courses you can see.
You can see the hazards, the sand trap, water.
Yep, you're not even that. You can analyze your lie and your feet, whether the ball's below or above your feet, and that'll affect how the ball comes off your club.
Right.
You can't see that out here. It's a flat lane, but it's not flat, and a lot of people don't understand that. You know, it's an art. It is truly an art. It's amazing.
Yep, you can always have a good spirited debate on people who consider the sport, bowling a sport, I should say. I am one of them. But yeah, I always have heated arguments with friends of mine that don't think that bowling should be considered sport. That's just because they don't go out and they don't do it at the level that these guys do, these amateur bowlers, you know, and even the pros that are here.
Absolutely. You ever see a guy's hand after like maybe around like
30 games, 40 games?
Yeah,
it's
it just
three
looks like
times the size of your other one.
Yeah, swollen, looks like meat and cut up. You know, these guys are getting their fingers cut and putting crazy glue in their cuts.
Yeah, and then bowling 20 more games.
Yeah, that's insane. That's dedication right there.
It definitely is.
And then on top of that, they do it at the highest level
you don't
in
see
the world.
Baseball players putting super glue on calluses on their hands from swinging the bat. They sit out for a week.
Exactly.
You know,
turf toe. You know, come on.
Yeah, exactly. Lee Bedoris. Oh, we got a fan member of the Lee Bedoris. Hopefully he's home watching. Maybe he'll pop up in the chat.
What's going on with Liz Johnson? Does she just enjoy this house or what?
She is just annihilated. She bowled really well last night. She bowled 279 the first game. I'm not sure what she had the second game. She's just bowling phenomenal. And last night she was playing pretty much right up 15, right at the pocket, maybe a little bit right with just pointing it at the pocket a little bit and striking, carrying the 10. You know, she come in a little light and wrap it.
Yeah.
But she was just pointing it right at the pocket, bowling out of her mind.
Yeah, it looked like last night was the exact opposite of today.
Yeah.
There's a lot of friction out there today. Last night looked like ice.
Yep, yeah, last night most bowlers were trying to just back the ball up into the hole, playing inside. Today bowlers are playing, about 8 or 9, 10, straight up, maybe a couple board belly.
Yep.
The higher rev players, I'm sure, are bellying it a little bit.
Yeah, it looks like they're starting to break down a little bit. Guys are moving inside. But still, you missed that a board or two right.
It's out the window.
Stay in there. It's good. This is outstanding. You see a lot of good bowlers that are having difficulty.
We've got a question in the chat for you here. He wants to know what your thoughts are about having different weighted pins at different competition levels.
I think if there's an easy shot out there, what can be considered easy bowlers at this level, the pin should be heavier.
Yeah.
Why should pins be flying around on? You know, I watched Pete Weber bowl last week, and I watched everybody else struggle, and he made it look like a house shot.
That's what Pete does best.
Yeah, he's amazing. So when they get to the World Series of bowling, scores were through the roof. Every tournament it was like 232 just to advance.
Yeah.
You know, in a situation like that, I think absolutely heavier pin should be used to keep the scores down. You know, that's how things get spread out, which was good with the summer swing. You know, a lot of the TV guys, like Jake Peters, you know, he hasn't won. We haven't saw the show, but you know, he did make the cut. He made it into the finals.
Yeah.
And you know, it was a different caliber. It seemed almost like it was almost a retro approach to a couple of those patterns. The 52-foot.
Yeah, the Badger especially. Kurt Pelon, Aaron Lawrence, Jake Peters, Josh Blanchard all made that show, and Michael Haugen.
Yeah, we had the opportunity to go up there, and my wife and I and my children went and watched the show, and yeah, even then, some people were still having problems, and that's good, because people say that people perceive bowling as being something easy, when it certainly is not. So when they start coming out with new patterns, I encourage that, and I think there should be heavier pins for league bowling too. I think there's a lot of, actually I know there's a lot of inflated averages. I'll admit it, I'm one of them.
Oh, on a house shot?
Yeah.
Your average league, yeah.
Yeah, and then you come out here, it's, you know.
It's an eye-opener.
Yeah, so yes, house shots, easy shots, definitely heavier pins.
Grady Merritt joining us from iGrind. Mike Flanagan, Matt Turek here with you, completing game number 3 here at the Grand Boot Hill. It's the Saturday morning sweeper. Shorter oil pattern. It's playing like it's a little bit longer, but I have an update through game number 2 here, hot off the press in my hands. Liz Johnson continues the lead at plus 112. Second place, Brian Wallachek, plus 57. Mark Porter sits at plus 35 in third. Alan Fimley sits in fourth, tied with Mike Rose Jr. at plus 33. In sixth place, we have Steve Smith at plus 29. Seventh place, Dave Armstrong at plus 27. Jeff Vanaskis from Linwood, Illinois is an eighth at plus 26. Sam Lanto and Michael Dugan round out your top 10. Currently right now, 14 players are plus out of this 47-player field. And Grady, I got to ask you as well, you mentioned something to me a little bit earlier. We were talking about coming in the booth and how we're very laid back, and you said you had played guitar with Mudvayne. Is that true?
Yeah, well, yes, I did play with Mudvayne. I played the drums. I was
you
a
played
drummer.
the drums?
Yeah, I toured back in the day. I'm a jack of all trades. And I had the opportunity.
Wow.
I played with Snot, Mudvayne, Devil Driver.
Wow.
Quite a few heavy metal bands.
So you can drum it up, huh?
Yeah, I can drum better than I can bowl, that's for sure.
Are you familiar with a band out of St. Louis called The Urge?
No.
No. They had an album in the 90s.
Yeah, they're a 90s alternative.
Yeah, I'm a rock. I listen to all music. I'm an old rock metal type of guy. I love Metallica.
AC/DC.
Love Korn. Hate AC/DC. Every song sounds the same. It's scary. Very simple. Sorry if you guys are AC/DC fans.
It's whatever. If you guys just getting this update here, game number 2 update should be good to go in your standings down there.
Down below on your screen, down the tab.
Yeah, they have updated game number 2.
So what's going on with the trio event tonight? How's that format work out?
All I know is it starts at 6:30.
I know it's Woody's scoring system where they rotate through a game. It's not like certain frames you bowl. It's every other shot. So if us 3 were bowling together, Grady, Matt, and myself, Grady, you're going to lead off. Matt, you're going to bowl second. I'll be the third bowler in line. So it's the first frame, Grady, you get a strike. Matt gets 9 in the second frame. I have to pick a spare. You will be up in the next frame.
Okay.
So that's
Sounds
how
good.
it works. So if you strike, Matt strikes, then I'm up in the third. I strike. Then you go big 4. Matt's got to throw at the big 4. I start the next frame.
Right. Okay. What kind of what pattern's out there for that?
I don't believe that's been released yet either. All that gets released. It's all secretive. Woody does this thing the way that he does. It's part of the coming to this event. So
that's good.
Yeah, it is.
That's good. You're on the road. You hear a lot of guys avoid certain tournaments.
Yeah, because of the pattern.
Yeah. I know people that will not come if it's not a house shot.
Really?
Yeah, and the person who's listening to this knows who I'm talking about.
Yeah, most people I know won't go unless it's unless it's a sports shot.
Yeah, and you know what? That's cool. That's if like myself, I'm a bowl tournament. I would prefer to bowl on a modified house shot.
Okay.
Whereas my partners, Brian Gunn and Terrell Peterson, they can bowl on anything. They prefer actually to not bowl on house shots because they are on tour and it messes up their it's impossible to be soft on a house shot with all the friction out there. Yeah, so it creates bad habits, throwing the ball hard, ripping on it, Then you go on tour and struggle and wonder why.
Yeah.
It's not fun. It's not fun, but...
All right, action's wrapping up here, game number 3. We're going to take it down to 17 and 18.
Can I see that updated standing sheet?
Yeah, here we go. Game number 2. Some other notables on the standings here. Marshall Kent sitting 16th after 2 at -8. Adam Barta has moved up from, what was he at? 46th place after game 1, all the way up.
Oh, wow.
To, where did he go? 19th place. He went from -61 to -16. So that was a good game for Adam. Deandra Atzbady is -18. Brian Valenta -21. Rob Gottschall is minus right now. -58. Brett Cunningham is moving up a little bit, -33. Brian Gunn, there's your partner. Is that your partner?
Yes, sir, it is.
Sitting 33rd at -39.
Yep, he's coming. Him and Terrell both got off to a slow start, but that's okay. You're gonna have a couple low ones on these conditions for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a chance to meet Aaron Lawrence down at the winter swing, or I'm sorry, the summer swing. That's a nice kid right there. Throws the ball just nice. If anyone has problems being soft or yanking, watch him bowl.
Oh, yeah?
He is extremely smooth through the delivery, and he has incredible skills. Didn't he just win the intercollegiate championship?
I do not know off the top of my head.
Yeah, I believe that's what I saw on CBS Sports the other night.
Singles?
Yep.
That doesn't tell me anything. Team. Looks like Robert Morris won the men's championship in team this year.
Yeah, there you go. Click on that.
There
one.
we go. Yeah. Yeah, he did. 2013 X-Bowling Intercollegiate Singles Champion. Looks like it's going to air on CBS May 10th. At 10 p.m. Eastern.
Yeah.
So you want to check that out. They're going to show the women's on May 3rd, a week prior at 10 p.m.
Yeah, that was a few weeks ago. It was they replayed it all on Tuesday night. The events. I think McKendry from Illinois was on there competing.
Oh, the team event?
Yeah.
I just had that up.
Aaron, he's a good kid. Yes, we're actually going down out to Michigan to meet with the coaches out there, and we're gonna do a foundation, some type of. We haven't put all the details together, but we're gonna run a program to get them. They need new jerseys. I guess he mentioned some concerns to me, so we're gonna take off in a couple months and go out there and see how we can help them out.
That's real good.
Yeah, he's a nice guy, and the thing is, he didn't know who we were before when we started talking, and he was just mentioning these things to me, and I told him who I was, and went from there.
Yeah,
he seemed like a very genuine, nice kid.
Yeah, he is here bowling. Where's he sitting? I think you 11th. Yeah. Yeah, he bowled last night too.
Yeah.
I don't have his scores in front of me from last night.
I saw earlier he did quite well in brackets. Didn't place, but he did well in brackets.
Yeah. That's where most of the money is, really.
Yeah.
This side action. But, well, with this event, heck, $3,000 on top.
Yeah, this side action here is insane. No $5 brackets, $10 brackets.
Oh, they're all $10 brackets.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's outstanding. I saw the sheet for all the bracket winners last night, and I won't say names or prices, but with the top 5 people in bracket winners, you could have bought a brand new car.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm serious. It's right down there in the tournament office.
We'll have to go down there and check that out.
Yeah, and they were saying the thing is, you can run through brackets averaging $198 here.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, yeah, on this pattern.
Yep.
198, man, staying clean. Throwing a double in there somewhere, and you're gonna make some money.
Yep, that staying clean is a problem. I'm seeing a lot of splits. There we go, Mr. Brian Gunn on 9 and 10.
Yeah, we'll get a good look at where he's playing.
Uh-oh.
Oh, crossed over. Carried it, though.
There you go.
They all look the same on the scoreboard.
You know what I noticed? Bowling on tour, there's certain guys, and he's one of them. Wes Malot's one of them. Pete Weber's one of them. There's certain guys that the pattern does not matter.
Yeah.
It does not matter. I watched Wes bowl with an IQ tour.
Oh,
I was paired with him at the World Series.
Oh, okay.
And he played the same line,
Yeah.
did not move.
Wow.
All 4, and it's just some people it just doesn't matter.
That's talent right there.
Yeah, Sean Rash, you know, he's another guy. He sees, throw a couple balls, he sees what's going on, and then it's over from there.
Right.
That's why he's the best in the world, you know.
Right. Got a quick score update. Liz Johnson, third game, shot a 179.
Oh.
She had 5-12 going into the third game, so tough break for Liz. I'm sure she'll still be up on top. She's got almost a 69 pin lead on second place going into this game, the third game. But actually, we're into the fourth game right now.
You know, I absolutely love bowlers. Here's how your typical bowler, here's how we think. You know, we were talking a couple minutes ago about house shots and sport shots. You have people tweeting in. One person says, I love house shots. The next person says, house shots rock. The next person says, I love jello shots.
Jello shots.
That's great.
That's funny.
And that's another thing. Bowling big tournaments, the cream rises to the top. I know a lot of guys bowl league that are amazing. And, you know, they drink and do shots when they're bowling. But then you get a tournament, you know, like this or a PBA event, you're not allowed to drink in these events. And you can see people's games change dramatically. Like they can't harness all the waves of emotions that come after every single shot.
Right.
Aside from being in top physical shape, knowing the game, knowing your ball, knowing your pattern, you have to be mentally strong to be able to deal with the 100 different emotions that you'll have in one game.
Definitely.
You know, and if you can't do it, it's not going to happen.
Yeah,
it's not going to work for you.
Reflect.
Oh yeah, it's crushing. I've seen people shoot 300, 145. Yeah, it's rough.
Yep, got a question in the chat about the pattern today. This morning on the sweeper, it's a 31-foot oil buff to 35 feet, 4.1 to 1, 15.78 milliliters of oil. It's short oiled, almost the complete opposite of what we saw last night. The only thing about today's pattern, though, is it's playing a lot slicker than it actually is.
Yeah, when I heard I saw the graph and heard what was going on, and I figured there'd be a lot more friction than there is.
I did too.
There's still that out of bounds from about 8 and out.
Yep.
You know, and I didn't anticipate that on a short pattern.
Not at all. I expected everyone to be outside of 5, and everybody's moved in a little bit.
Yeah.
And even further now that it's starting to break down.
Yeah. They left the outside alone, and it's still fresh out there.
Yeah, the one cool thing that they do here is they don't announce the patterns ahead of time. You know, it's kind of like a surprise thing. I know Mike was talking about that earlier. But I think that's pretty cool, you know. It's like like you were saying, you know, people won't come out because it's not on a certain shot.
Yep.
You know, and this takes all that away, you know.
Yep, it keeps it fresh, keeps it exciting. You don't know what you're walking into. And that, like, once again, that's how you tell. It's when the cream will rise to the top. And you go in, so you have no idea what it is. You get 15 minutes of practice. You have to go through your arsenal, figure out what's good, match your surface, and get going. And if you can't do that in that 15 minutes, it's going to be rough.
It's going to be rough. Yeah, I was a good friend of mine, Mike Sapolis, back in St. Louis. He bowled the Ivy Open, and he actually crossed with some PBA pros like now Tom Hess and
Tommy,
and
good guy.
Now I can't remember the other one. Anyway, he's you know he's 230, 235 on a house shot average. Three leagues a week, kinda.
Okay.
Subs a lot. Bowls Masters Traveling League, you know, in St. Louis. And this is one of the first times he actually got to bowl with actual PBA players. And one of the things that he noticed and pointed out to me was how quickly pros can adjust, you know, to the shot. You know, and he said that they would throw one, maybe two shots, make a 5-board jump, blind jump, and then be lined in, and then just sit there. Whereas, you know, Mike, it took him 6 frames to get lined in, you know.
Yep.
That's the difference there.
A couple guys were talking in Milwaukee. They were once the lanes broke down, they were having to move every shot. Every shot they'd have to move, make an adjustment. And yeah, a lot of the guys, you know, they bowl together for so long. They all know each other, and they actually pay attention. A lot of people. This is an underrated part of the game. A lot of people do not pay attention to what's going on in front of them, meaning the bowlers in front of them. You know, if you know someone's game, you know the tilt, you know the type of rotation, you'll know when it's time for you to make a move based off of someone else's, you know, mistake.
Right.
Hey, where are we at?
Where are we at?
I wasn't paying attention.
Oh, we're in Chicago, Illinois. In the bowling alley? Stardust lanes?
I'm just back here on the broadcast. I heard the whole thing about not paying attention. I'm paying attention. We got almost 100 viewers here today. Want to thank everybody for being in this chat with us. Ken Sharkey's back. I see Ken Sharkey. He's been around with us for a long time. Been watching us for a couple of years. I go back, I look at our broadcast from like a year and a half ago. Compared to what we have now, I'm embarrassed to even look at our old broadcast. But you got to start somewhere, don't you?
Yeah. Absolutely.
It is. It's almost embarrassing.
And this is great what you guys have going on.
Oh, yeah, we've come a long way. Before you know it, we're going to have an 18-wheeler with a truck outside and everything.
There you go. There you go.
Then it'll cost us $150,000 in production, and then we'll lose one sponsor, and then we'll be in the tank, and everybody will be ripping on us.
Yeah, don't forget about $3 million in gas for that thing.
No kidding. So I heard Liz Johnson came back to us this last game, shot 174, I believe it was. 79, I heard, yeah, okay. Rob Gottschall front and center here today, looking to three-peat in the Grand Boot Hill. Have you been to see this event before?
No, I've never been. It's the first time.
I've heard about it, and being invited out by Woody and being part of this thing is great. You know, there's a misconception out there. I've heard from some people, the word on the street is that the patterns at this tournament are unhittable. And I'm seeing the complete opposite this weekend.
Yeah.
They're hard, but this isn't brutal. I mean, we say it's a brutal lane condition. It is a very hard lane condition, but last night, the guys that got matched up, we saw 236 to 235 on a 47-foot pattern last night.
And that's hard to do.
Yeah.
Especially when you got guys out there that don't know how to play this condition or eating up your line, crossing your line 2 times. Yeah.
Look, you want to talk about brutal, the Peterson. Nobody shoots 279 at the Peterson. It takes many, many tries and weeks and squads to shoot 279 at the Peterson. We just saw Liz Johnson open up with 279 on this pattern. I don't see what the big deal is. Yeah, on your scale of 1 to 10 degree difficulty, this is like a 9, sure. But come bowl.
Yep.
Come bowl. He puts together a great package for you. $750 gets you in every event.
And it's through, what's the prize fund?
I don't know what the total is, but I know that the last night's event was guaranteed $3,000 regardless of entries.
Yep.
Today, this morning, is $3,000 regardless of entries. The main event's $15,000 regardless of entries. And
you come here, you bowl well, you can walk out of here 30, 40 grand playing brackets.
Hey, Woody.
Yes, sir.
What's the trio pay? What's the trio pay for first? $5,100 guaranteed for the trio.
Wow.
Not in the booth, no. I got one online. I just was wondering real quick. So yeah, $5,100.
Are there still spots open for that?
Oh yeah, yeah. You could still get in that thing.
People need to get out here for that.
Yeah, they do. And I almost want to put my bowling shoes on. I can commentate while I'm bowling on the lane.
Oh, that'd be great.
Mike, we got a question coming in the chat. Okay, I'm on my way to the line real quick. All right, 6 again. What was the question? It's almost like being on a cell phone ordering food at a drive-thru. I'm sure everybody listening has done that. You're on your cell phone, you go to the drive-thru, hold on a minute.
Yep.
The question I want to have, I'm going to ask everybody in the chat right now. When you do that, do you hit the mute button while you order, or do you just hold the phone like really down low by the floorboard?
I don't even move the phone personally.
Oh, you just keep it there?
I just tell whoever I'm talking to hold on. They hear me order next to cheese. They know what I'm doing.
Now, do some of your friends pipe in like mine do, and now they'll say things like they'll just start randomly saying things that you should be ordering, but you're not?
Yeah, they start talking about ridiculous things to get me to start laughing. It doesn't take much to make me laugh. So, yeah.
Here in the chat, we got a mute, a hold it down, put it on the seat. Hey, hold on a minute. I got to call you back. We have here in the chat. That's probably the polite thing to do.
Yeah.
Like, you're on the phone, hey, how's it going, Bob? Yeah, oh, going well. Well, that's great. And you get through topic number 1. Hey, I'm going to have to call you right back. Is that okay? Sure. And then Bob wants to know what you're doing. And then if you tell him I'm going through a drive-thru, Bob will say, oh, I'll just wait. And then it's like, no, I'll call you back. And then you know what happens. You drive up, you get thinking about other things, you grab that. Everybody has to eat one item or at least grab and pick on the way home.
Oh, yeah.
And then you start getting into that and you forget. You get home, you see your family, you start petting the dogs, hanging out with the kids. You end up firing up your Xbox. And old Bob 2 weeks later sees you at a bowling tournament and says, what happened to call me back?
Right. Yep. You just described my everyday life.
Yeah, that's how it goes. Yeah, here's the trio tournament right here.
Yeah, load of cash, 600, 51 first, 27 second.
And it's only $150 a man.
That's outstanding.
$450 entry fee for this trio tournament. So yeah, we're going to be bringing you that tonight, 6:30 p.m.
Yeah, where I see somebody sent in a tweet that said Team iGrind for the trio.
That's right.
So many iGrind bowlers. Any suggestions?
Bowling for Dum Dums is in the chat. Love Bowling for Dum Dums. Yeah, so here's the format for tonight. Each team will bowl 3 games across 6 lanes of regular team bowling. The number of entries will determine the number of teams advancing to the match play. So it looks like 4 teams are probably going to advance because up to 29 teams, 4 will advance.
Okay.
And they're probably going to have less than 30. But hey, you never know. If 30 to 39 are here, then they'll have 6. Qualifying pins carry over. Then during match play, your team will bowl each other team once, and there will be 1 position round. Each match will be 2 games. 15 bonus points will be awarded. And they bowl, it's not Baker, it's the Demma scoring system, which is during play, no bowler will ever throw 2 balls in a row during any game. Example, your leadoff man strikes in the first frame. The second bowler in the lineup throws the first ball in the second frame. He leaves the 10 pin. The third bowler shoots the spare. Your first bowler throws the first ball in the third frame, and so on. So,
sounds like a lot of fun.
It'll be fun to watch that unfold tonight.
Yeah, we're certainly going to be back for that.
So Grady, I mean, it's been great meeting you and finding out about your organization in the last week. We talked about igrindbowling.com. We talked about you being involved in a jack of all trades of things, just not only bowling. You have a tremendous vision for the game. I want to wish you nothing but the most success, and I hope that you can achieve all those goals through God's grace and your faith. So,
Amen. Absolutely.
I commend you, and I'm happy to know you. I'm happy to know there's other people out there trying to improve this great game. It gives us all hope.
I really appreciate that. And so do all the iGrind people listening. I know they appreciate that as well. Actually, I'm going to take off. I have to get out to Frankfurt for an appointment in an hour, but I'm going to be back here with your guys' shirts.
Oh, I love it. Great. I'll probably wear it or maybe even display it on my wall when I get to my new office in Utah.
There you go.
My director of marketing for Storm Products office.
You know what? I'll get you a couple Storm guys to sign some of their new jerseys that are going to be coming out in a few weeks. Send them over to you.
Oh, great. Yeah, that would be awesome.
Excellent.
Yeah, I'll probably display that stuff. I got to tell you, I love what you're doing. I love what Theo's doing down at the Real Bowlers Tour. I like the Underground Bowling thing. I like what all these folks are doing. Billy Isol at the Proprietors Cup.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
It's just all these people starting to pop up.
Yep.
It's great to see.
It's a movement. It's time for a movement, you know. And that's what everybody's wanting, you know, and it's the talkers and the doers. And I've listened to a lot of talkers. Talkers are essentially what get things going. You get a couple people to start talking, and you know, somebody will get a hold of the idea and move it forward. Go from there.
Yeah, I'm gonna wanna. There's some things we're gonna do with Storm from a tournament side of things, and people we want to partner with. So hopefully we can get an event going with you with Storm as well. We'd really like to do that.
Absolutely. Just let me know when.
So we'll get you some airtime here real quick before we let you get out of here. There you have it, Mike Flanagan, Mr. Grady Merritt from iGrind right here. Great things are going to happen in this game, and we're going to be able to look back at this broadcast.
Absolutely.
And we're going to be able to say 5 years from now, we didn't get to 5 million, but we got to 3.5 million.
That'll work.
Or we didn't get to 5 million in 5 years, we got to 5 million in 2 years, and now we're at 25 million.
There you go.
And we under-promised and over-delivered.
You know what I tell all my guys? I tell them believe. That's what the Lord told me, believe. You believe. Once his plans get going, nothing can stop it.
No, you cannot control that.
No matter what you do.
No, not at all.
So yeah, just believe, and absolutely, I'm really looking forward to doing work
Grady
with you guys.
Merritt, it's been awesome, buddy.
Thank you.
We'll see you a little bit later today.
Absolutely.
Have a great meeting a little bit later. Hopefully it's something good for bowling. And it's a pleasure. Anytime you're welcome on our broadcast.
Thank you very much.
All right, bud.
All right, buddy.
That's Grady Merritt, the drummer for Mudvayne, as I like to call him. Jack of all trades. Appreciate him stopping by for sure today as we continue to bring you this coverage of the Storm 2013 Grand Boot Hill weekend. It's a Saturday sweeper. Mike Flanagan flying solo here with you as we take a look at a couple of pairs here. Lanes 13 and 14, 17 and 18. Marshall Kent is on lane 17 and 18. It was great speaking with Mr. Merritt from the iGrind, and we like to bring in guests, and we hope you enjoyed that. Back to a little more hardcore bowling action here. Can't go wrong when you got Marshall Kent on your right screen and Rob Gottschall on your left screen. Remember, you can watch any channel you want. You can flip your own channels down below on the right-hand side on the YouTube embed right above the standings. We have standings through game number 2.
We've got actually standings through 3 right now.
Oh, we do. Just hot off the press. Thank you, Matt. Welcome back to the booth.
Thank
We're
you.
in game number 4. And now Liz Johnson is 91 over through 3. Second place, Mark Porter, plus 72. Mike Rose Jr. jumps up to third at plus 64. Fourth place, Stephen Smith at plus 60. Fifth place, Brian Walchek at plus 48. Sixth place, Alan Filmley at plus 46. Sam Lanto comes home 7th right now through 3 at plus 21. Rick Thomas is plus 19. Jeff Vanasquez is plus 4. Rounding out your top 10 is Aaron Lawrence, plus 3. 13 players in the field are plus. And 13th place actually is Jackie Carbonetto. She is hanging in there yet again today. Talk about a grind. She's grinding away. She is in 13th position at even par. We're going to pay 8 today, 47 entries. Same prize fund as last night. 3,000 for first, 15 for second, 1,000 for third. Then it goes 750, 650, 600, and 550. And 8th place receives $500. $250 entry fee. Here at Stardust Bowl. The time is 11, about 10 after the hour here on Saturday morning. It's the 2013 version of the Grand Boot Hill weekend. This is a shorter lane pattern today, but with some OB, which pretty much handcuffs the players. If they miss right, it slides. If they miss left, it hooks. So.
Yeah, that was a kind of a surprise. All that OB. Everyone kind of expected the pattern to be a little bit drier than it plays.
Yeah, people thought there'd be a little more free hook to the right. Not to say it was going to be easy or anything at 1.4 to 1, but the outside is playing a little bit longer. You know, have we? You've been sitting here watching the players more than me, Matt. I know we've been interviewing Mr. Grady Merritt, but have we seen any players try to slow hook the outside portion of the lane?
Not the outside, no.
Well, I just watched that young man over on lane 17 who is staying at our hotel, Wichita State, bowler, bowling on Marshall Kent's pair here. And that's kind of the shot shape I was looking for, and I just saw that happen. So let's watch Marshall.
It looks like bowlers are starting to migrate in a little bit.
Let's go over to Marshall here. Let's see what he's doing. Let's see. I would guess his angles are pretty tight where he's starting out at. Oh, he's giving it away a little. 2-pin. Uh-oh. We might be coming on to something here. You might start to see scores go up. Yeah, I predict these last 3 game scores are going to go up. I'm seeing a lot of good ball reaction now. Especially players with higher rev rates that can create angles down lane. I think we are going to see some scores begin to go up.
Is this the end of game 4 that we're in? Starting 5?
Yeah, the end of game 4, starting game 5. Have they been changing colors on the monitors at all?
No, they have. I don't think they have. No.
So
well, the backgrounds have been, but I don't know the order.
So Marshall and these guys are in game 5.
Yeah, but see, now look down there on 7 and 8. That's brown, and they just started. That's got to be game 5.
Yeah, I got to believe Marshall and these guys. They're probably following a pair of 4.
Yeah. So they're probably a little behind.
Yeah. Gottschall's using, I think, the same ball he used yesterday. He just keeps striking.
It looks like it's working for him.
Yeah, he does. He just keeps striking. Gottschall has 2:45 left. Rob just keeps striking away. Another pattern, another strike. Full screen Kent here. Look at the way he attacks his 10-pin. Junior Team USA, great spare shooter. Ron Nelson Jr.
Met the show last night. Did he? Oh no, I'm thinking of what's his name?
Tom Adcock.
Tom Adcock.
A lot of people wish they were here. Look G, I imagine that's Greg Look back in St. Louis. Wishes he was here bowling. These two guys right here wish they were bowling.
Yeah.
You ever seen these guys bowl before?
Both of us throw the ball hard.
These are some good bowlers. We're just keeping an eye on these two guys sitting here. We're going to watch them all afternoon today.
Yep.
There, we've got them locked up, and they're actually in a plastic bubble. You just can't see the bubble. We're going to be monitoring their progress all day. Now, something more interesting, Rob Gottschall throwing the bowling ball.
Ooh. Shaker 10.
He can shoot 224. Gottschall's minus 91 coming into this game. Pretty surprising, considering we've just watched Gottschall
tear up that pair.
Yeah, hit the pocket a lot. Still can shoot a 224. Surprised that he's 91 down.
You know what really surprised me was Adam Barta being down at the bottom. He's moving up now, but he started out. And as you say that, Rob misses his 10 pin.
Yeah, and Adam Barta's like cheering it on. Adam Barta's minus 18, and he shot 130 out of the gate.
Yeah, I know. That's what I mean. He's moving up the ranks.
Maybe he needed to get here early and throw a practice game. Right now, 8th place is plus 19 through 3 games. It's a 206 average. So plus 30 unofficially would be your last cash spot through 6 games. I believe that's going to jump up a little bit. I say your last cash spot's going to get to about 45 or 50, in my opinion.
I would have to agree with you there. I do think scores are going to go up this next 2 games, though.
I think it's going to take 135 to win. Good question, Bowling for Dum-Dums. Wants to know, Mr. Flanagan, why do you think the entry count is lower for the Boot Hill when the Inside Bowling Open had 270 entries? And it's interesting you say that because we talked about that yesterday a little bit on our own at our 2 o'clock in the morning dinner at Super Chimichangas.
What was it called? Yeah, I don't remember.
Fantastico Burritos or something like that. The only place open near our hotel.
It took us 20 minutes and 2 Siri iPhones to find it.
Yeah, it sure did. You know what? Boy, I really...
I don't know how to answer that.
Well, all I can say is this tournament is in as good a bowling center, if not better bowling center, than the one that we had our tournament in. So that's one thing. The second thing is I will say that I've worked really hard over the last few years to really be as politically correct as possible while still having an opinion. And I've spent a lot of time on Facebook and Twitter and in the digital age and digital social media, creating friendships and presenting our product in the best way that we can to others. And what I mean by that is not necessarily sending you an invitation to my tournament every other day on Facebook, because I know that gets annoying, but making you aware that it's there. Occasionally, giving a feed update and trying to post other interesting stories within bowling on my feeds to make people want to subscribe and pay attention to what I'm reporting, and using Facebook and social media as more of a reporting device for bowling, kind of like Jeff Riggles, very modeled off of what Jeff Riggles does, just on a much smaller scale. And the webcasting has really helped. I've been able to, at this event, for instance, I've been able to talk about my event. So that stuff sort of helps, as we've kind of gone on a nationwide tour. But this event coming here, the bowling center is just as equally as good as a place as going to Las Vegas to a South Point or something like that. It's a gorgeous facility. It's fully remodeled. The prize fund return on your investment is fantastic. It's all guaranteed. This tournament pays almost double of what mine does. The only thing I could say is maybe the format being more of a mega buck type format, to where maybe bowlers don't feel like they get enough games in for their money and things like that. And I'll be honest, the Inside Bowling Tournament had 90 bowlers, then 117, and then I packaged a bowling ball the third year and partnered with Storm. And Storm's a pretty influential company, and by a lot of donators can at least say, well, if I bowl this tournament, at least I get a bowling ball, and I get a chance to maybe cross with Mike Fagan or Bill O'Neill, and I let the pros bowl my events too. So they're just completely different tournaments, but them both standing on their own two legs. This tournament, I'm intrigued by this tournament. I'm a bowling fan first. I kind of gave up on my bowling because I really got to work at it, and I'm trying to give back by doing this. But if I was bowling a lot of tournaments, this is one that I would have came to anyway without being here. But now that I'm here,
you wish you would have bowled.
I love these grind outs. I love having to make shots. I love having to pick spares. We have a tournament in St. Louis that we do every year, the Holiday Doubles, where we partnered with an existing tournament, and it's on a house shot every year. And you have to average 240 to 250 to do well in that tournament. Adam Barta and Liz Johnson finished second this year. Adam Barta and Liz Johnson are two people that are going to do very well in this tournament here. So that just goes to show you that across the board, no matter what the condition, the cream does rise to the top. But, every tournament has their own niche. Every tournament does their own thing. This is one that we don't go and webcast a tournament unless we believe in it.
Yeah, we don't just do any old event.
That is not a crock. That is for real. We honestly, a goal of ours would be to webcast the Who's Who tournaments throughout the country every weekend, 50-something weeks out of the year, multiple webcasts on a weekend. If we could do that and broadcast tournaments like the New Mexico Open, the Proprietors Cup, the great tournament that happens down in Florida that just happened a couple weeks ago, some of the larger regionals, maybe work with the PBA, this iGrind organization, the Real Bowlers Tour, the Eric DeFrida's Weekend. And I'm missing so many of them, but we would like to be broadcasting all of these different tournaments and putting them all under one roof, and not that one organization owns them, but just under one roof where you can watch them and get information and all of them work together. That is a goal of ours, and this is one of them that I would stamp my seal of approval on. I know that Woody over the years has been very passionate about his tournaments, and I know that he has spoken his mind, and he's spoken very clear and free about what he believes in. And I know that some people that doesn't jive real well with them. Some people don't want to hear opinions when they ask. You know, they want everybody to say the right thing to them. And sometimes I'm guilty of that. You know, sometimes, you know, I got to filter it down. And Woody has less of a filter. But that doesn't mean that he doesn't have as much passion for this sport as any of us that run events. So Woody's calmed down a little bit in his older age. He and I have spoken many, many times about this tournament. And for him to even want to have us come webcast it just goes to show that him being a little bit of an older generation, that he wants to do things that are right for the game to help grow it. And that's why we're here. So I don't know why this weekend we don't have as many as we had at the IB Open. But if you look at all of his events combined, 46 last night, 47 today. What's that, 93?
Yeah.
He's probably going to get about 100 total entries for his main events. That's 193. And he's probably going to get 20 teams for the trio, and that's 3 bowlers each. That's 60 more. So if you combine all those events together, we're looking at 260 entries.
So that's almost the same. That's pretty close.
It's different, but it's the same.
That the same people bowl in the same, different events.
And, in April, it's still bowling season. Leagues are just finishing up. People are getting their league prize money. People are still thinking about USBC Open Championships. The tournament's halfway done now. A lot of people have moved on to it's summer, I don't bowl. Yeah. It's June. June's kind of that magical cutoff point. I don't bowl in the summer. No, I can't do it. Or, I bowl all winter, so I need to spend time with my family. There's more weddings that happen in the summertime. So, some of those things might play into it. I guarantee you if this tournament was in the middle of the winter, he would have more entries. But with that comes a higher lineage rate in a busy bowling center during those months. So just mark this one on your calendar and come bowl it next year.
It's a great event.
$750. And here's the other thing that I like to bring awareness to people. When you add up all the entry fees collected and what gets paid out, Woody is over 100% payout.
Yeah, and he's really putting a lot of his own money into it.
He is. And I'm going to tell you something, everybody. Everybody that thinks these tournament directors are getting rich off of running brackets, brackets are not what they used to be. There's a lot of work that goes into this. There's a lot of brochures that have to be printed. There's a lot of postage. Woody still sends out, he's got a great mailing list. So guys like Woody, guys like, I also didn't mention Brad Edelman out in Vegas, the things that he does. There's enough good bowling to go around. It's just time to showcase it, make these bowlers feel like stars, let people be able to see it, get some sponsorship dollars created. And another great thing that can happen too is if all of us tournament directors that work so hard to grow this game, if we can all work together and have each other's back and kind of be the police, because bowlers will come to this tournament and tell Woody how I did something wrong at my event. People will come to my event and say what Woody did wrong at this event, because bowlers are very candid. And if we can communicate openly without hurting each other's feelings about that to make the events better, we're on to something.
That's the best way to do it.
So that's a long-winded answer to your question, but I would like to see this bowling center be full within a couple of years. I'm telling you what, another thing too, I do want to just mention this. I see Ronnie Horton in the chat here says that he's going to a benefit for his cousin who lost his son, and that's one of the reasons why he couldn't be here this weekend. And really sorry to hear that, Ronnie. And I also got a message from Gail Myers Jr., your USBC lifetime average leader at the Open Championships. And I just want to read this one to you. Gail Myers this morning checked in with me and just said, hey, just wanted to send out a thank you message and thank you for being there this weekend for the Boot Hill. I will not be in attendance this year as I had a softball teammate and a very close friend take his own life on Wednesday. I'm going through the days slowly and need to be here for my friends right now, Mike. But again, Mike, I just wanted to let you know what you're doing for tournament bowling. What you're doing, it's what tournament bowling needs right now, and it's much appreciated. Be safe, God bless, and hope to see you really soon. So Gail Myers mourning the loss of a good friend. He plays a lot of softball, especially in the summertime. Gail would have been here if it wasn't for that. And Ronnie and all the other folks that are losing people that are also part of great events like weddings and childbirths. Bowlers are real, and we are real people, and it's a very small community, and we all look out for each other.
A very tight-knit group of people.
Really is. Really is.
Watching continuing coverage here of the Saturday morning 6-game sweeper.
You betcha.
Day 2 of the Grand Boot Hill weekend. Matt Turek alongside Mike Flanagan. This is game number 5. Some pairs are done, some pairs are halfway done.
David Armstrong, the man, the myth, the legend on lane 14. Dave's got a good game going. Dave didn't have the start he wanted to have, but he's right there at +2 through 3 games. 602, so he's got an opportunity here to shoot 255 still.
That'd be a good number for him.
Everybody at home start clapping while Dave is on the approach. And when he strikes right here, I want you to get up out of your seat and go crazy.
Oh.
As he misses the head pin to the right. Well, we tried for you there, Dave. Adam Barta also on this pair. We've been watching him. He's got a possible 227 left. Marcy, get up off the couch right now and cheer Adam onto a strike as we go right here. And now he misses the head pin to the right. So I'm doing great right now. I am crushing the stream. So while those guys clean that up, let's go full screen. (17 and 18). Looking at 245 here. I like his look. I apologize for not knowing his name. Maybe they can help me out here in the chat. Lee Bedoris, when Adam misses the head pin, he's fired, Lee says. You were part of our holiday doubles broadcast. All Adam wanted to do the entire weekend was to fire Lee Bedoris.
He already came up and told me he still needs to be fired today.
Lee helps us out with our broadcasts quite often, especially in the St. Louis area. He's got a wealth of knowledge with the Illinois bowlers that bowl that holiday doubles event. Lee will be back with us, I'm sure, for the holiday doubles this year. And we look forward to that with Lee. One of the other coolest things as well in the in our broadcast is how all the folks in the chat are great bowlers. That's what's even better.
Must be lost in the mail, Lee. Better check it again. Better call the Postal Service. It's out there.
Marshall Kent misses the head pin to the right as well.
That's all that's going on around
here. So basically what I did is I blacked out the whole bowling center real quick and I sprayed with a squirt bottle of oil a big puddle at everybody's break points here. And then I thought I'd come up in the booth and start calling some action.
Yeah, and start talking about it.
Yeah. Oh boy. It's getting close to noon. My stomach is starting to growl.
Brian shaking his head over here.
What are you shaking your head about over there, Brian?
No, he's agreeing.
Oh, he wants to eat. Okay. You know, Brian wrote me this really long email the other day telling me that my broadcasting has to improve, otherwise I'm going to be fired. And we can see that's going nowhere in a hurry. meaning that I am going to be fired. Pretty soon, Lee Bedoris is going to own the company. I just watched Adam Barta get 3 off the right.
Wow.
He should be very fortunate that we took the stream off of him. Three spare. Still got 196 left. If you want to learn about last night's event that we had, you can go over to InsideBowling.com. There's a news story on the front page. Jeffrey Young was your winner. Want to give a shout out to the Barnstormers Bowling Organization, Dustin Bryan and his group. Do events in South Carolina. Checking out the feed here today. We'll chat soon. In case you didn't know, this tournament is brought to you by Storm, the Bowlers Company. I'm very proud to be one of the newest members of the cast at Storm Bowling Products. Storm, Roto Grip, and Master Industries. If you get a chance, do me a favor. Part of my new role is the Marketing Director of Marketing. And one of the things that obviously I like to do is the digital age. I'm into Twitter, Facebook, all those things. So if you're on Facebook, make sure you give Roto Grip, Storm, and Master a like on Facebook, please. Subscribe to that news feed too. We're going to be doing a lot of cool, fun stuff with that. And then also Louis Wimet does a great job with our videos, and I'm going to be working on those with him also. So if you don't mind going out to the Storm YouTube channel, certainly would appreciate a subscribe. And if you just go to YouTube and you just browse YouTube right now, what you should do is you should create, if you have a Gmail account or a Google account or whatever they call it, you should go on there. You should get yourself a little YouTube account. Trust me, it just takes a couple minutes. And then you can get a YouTube app on your phone. And like if I'm looking at my phone right now and I go to my YouTube app, I'm subscribed to all these bowling channels. And there's a little number that pops up next to it when there's a new upload. So it tells me if there's something new that I need to watch on their channel.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, it's really cool. So, you know, like I've got, you know, Elite Youth Tour, Deandra Asbeatty, Mike Jakubowski, you know, I've got Jason Belmonte, Brunsnick, my own private channel that I do for like my concerts I go to, Bowling Digital's channel, Roto Grip Bowling, the St. Louis Masters League, Bowl Spot, International Art of Bowling, Bowl TV, the PBA, Storm Bowling Balls. And it's really cool because, you know, when you're sitting around, you're killing time, instead of playing like Candy Crush or something like that, I like going out to like a YouTube channel and watching some bowling.
Yeah, that's really cool that you have all that archived and on demand.
Like right now, I just saw this pop up. Louis, who I was just talking about, uploaded 43 minutes ago the 2013 Suncoast PBA Senior U.S. Open interview with Amleto Monticelli and Randy Peterson. And I'm watching it right now on my phone. So do us a favor. Subscribe to the Storm YouTube channel and Inside Bowling YouTube channel and all of our associated partners as well. And this coverage will be archived on our YouTube channel. So, and you'll get a notification right away when it happens. Because I don't have time to check every website, but if I just go on to here, it just tells me what's going on. I love it. So game number 5, it looks like. moving into game number 5. Taking the bowlers a little bit longer to bowl today than I anticipated.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, it is. When's the next squad supposed to start? 2 p.m. 2 p.m. the first qualifying round of the main event begins, Central Time. So we got a couple hours left.
Yep, 2 p.m. That's what it says right here in the manual. Checking on those couple of guys that we've been monitoring all day.
I'm getting ready to fall asleep.
See what they're up to.
I need some more energy.
This is the Grand Boot Hill weekend right here. This is your packet of information. This is it right here. This is all the information that you need. I'm reading it to you right here. When I go out roaming around, this is my mic that I use right here. My name's Mike, but this is my mic.
Mike the mic. Yep. When are you going to do your interview with your special guests?
We will be interviewing our special as soon as they get here. They haven't got here yet.
Yeah, we're still waiting. You better give them a call. Make sure they're not stuck in traffic. Maybe they get lost on the way over here.
I think I will give them a call. During the first qualifying squad of the Boot Hill, our 2 o'clock webcast, we are going to be joined by 2 very special guests, everyone.
They're very special.
I hope they make it because they're very busy.
I hope so, too. I can't wait to actually ask them a couple questions, like where do you get off and what makes you smell so good?
Well, we are going to be speaking with, unofficially, the Marvel S and the High Road Pearl will both be here for exclusive interviews a little bit later today. You do not want to miss it. And they will be talking. And they will be in these chairs up here. We will have a camera on them.
Can't wait.
Yeah, Andrew29 says, check out Mr. Bowling 300 on YouTube. That's another great channel to subscribe to.
Got a game update, scoring updates from game number 4.
Perfect. I'm going to let you guess who's leading the tournament. Maybe the folks in the chat can help you out. Who's leading the tournament, everybody?
Nobody.
Yes, X-Ray. Liz Johnson continues to lead at plus 114. Second is Steven Smith. Good for him. He's 60 over. Brian Walchuk is in third at plus 57. Sam Lanto up to fourth at plus 53. Chris Prather is plus 36 in fifth. Aaron Lawrence is plus 26 in sixth. Seventh place is Mark Porter at plus 22. And Mike Rose Jr. has your last cash spot right now at plus 19.
There you have it.
We now have 12 players plus, and Adam Barta, after shooting 130 the first game, is now up to plus 6 after 4.
Wow.
That just goes to show you, do not ever give up. That's right. As Jim Valvano said in his great speech delivered at the ESPY Awards, a 130 game can take your soul, or what is it, can take your mind, but it cannot take your soul, it cannot take your heart. Good night, God bless. But it wasn't a 130 game, it was cancer, and we need to beat that dreaded disease into the ground. Like, if there was one thing I could pick a fight with right now
Cancer.
And just beat the living crap out of it, where I would actually probably go and get a gun. And I don't like guns. I'm afraid to death of firearms, but I would go get grenades. I would probably, go and try to get some illegal machine guns from other countries. And me and Cancer, I would just,
have a shootout.
Oh, I would be, it would lose.
Take them into the back alley.
Oh, it would be bad. It would be bad. And I would go door to door with a petition to see if other people would want to come out to the firing line.
Yeah.
And we just beat the living crap out of this thing. Man, tell you what, we need to fight that one. We need to beat that one. There's just way too many people being taken at the wrong time. Now I'm fired up. Now I'm mad.
Yeah, you're all excited now.
Now I'm really mad. Is there anybody else in the chat right now? Let me know if you would be willing to help fight cancer with me. And maybe tell me your weapon of choice.
Nunchucks.
That's what you would use?
Yeah. Why not? Nunchucks.
I wouldn't mind getting a couple hundred Chinese stars.
A couple hundred.
Oh, yeah. And just winging them. I'd train for a couple of years just to be able to fire off 200 Chinese stars. Yeah. And Cancel, you going down. That's what I would say.
Man.
That's the place I want to go. I want to go to China. I really do.
Really?
Yeah. I really like a lot of things about China. I like the people. I think the Asian crowd are just genuine people, nice people.
They are nice.
I really like. I mean, there isn't one time I've been out and about and I've ever seemed to get angry at an Asian. I like Chinese people. I like Chinese food. I like the Chinese calendar. I like Chinese yo-yos. I want to go to China.
Chinese finger trap.
Deandra Asbeatty saws the 5 into the 7 there. That's somebody who keeps the ball around the pocket consistently. So you've got Deandra Asbeatty on lanes 13 and 14. And we get a look at Brittany Hamilton over on lane 17 and 18. So you get a little bit of girl power here on the inside bowling stream.
Deandra right now is sitting 18th place after 4 games. Some other notables: Jeffrey Young, 25th place; Marshall Kent, 26th; Ryan Valenta, 33rd; Rob Gotchel, 35th; Tom Adcock, 42nd. So there you have it.
I think it might be time for me to get out of the booth and do some roaming. Let me know if there's somebody in the chat here that you would like for me to go out and talk to. I'll see what I can get for you. Game number 5 of 6. No step ladder, just total pinfall wins the 3,000. Right now, Liz Johnson's got her eyes, target, and wallet
on the prize.
Taking a look at this prize, she is 54 pins ahead of second place Stephen Smith with 2 games to go. But after that, it is a dogfight from 2nd through 8th. And there are 10 people within 50 pins of that 8th cash spot. So a lot of moving parts here at Stardust Bowl. Suburb of Chicago, Addison to be exact. Mike Flanagan and Matt Turek here bringing you the action. This is event number 2 on the weekend of 4. Yesterday it was the Friday sweeper. Jeffrey Young won, defeated Rob Gottschall. Today it's the Saturday morning short oil pattern sweeper where the players are starting to get a bit of a hook. And then this afternoon, our first qualifying squad for the main event. Then the trios tonight, and tomorrow will be main event coverage. The Grand Boot Hill all day long. 2 qualifying squads. And then the finals, where someone is going to win $15,000 guaranteed. If one person would have showed up to this tournament, Matt Turek, they would have paid $15,000 for first. It was guaranteed.
Yep.
So Matt and I are going to switch seats here. I'm going to get the wireless mic, get out and about. Someone in the chat wants an update from Ken Abner. And Ken Abner fan wants an update from Ken Abner. So I'll see what I can do on that one. As long as old Ken Abner is around somewhere close by. Matt, we'll let you switch the cameras and we'll continue this thing.
You guys are just joining us out there. We have a cool new feature this weekend. It's the Wirecast from YouTube. You guys can go ahead. If you go to the InsideBowling.tv page, you're watching a live stream with the chat. Go down below where the tabs are, and there's an embedded YouTube app or widget. And on that widget, you can choose what pair of lanes you want to watch, which is pretty cool. You know, you can watch 9 and 10, 13 and 14, or 17 and 18, regardless of the broadcast that we're producing. Cool new feature. Go ahead and beta test that. Let us know how that works out for you in the chat. If you like it or hate it or what you'd like to see different. Feedback is much appreciated. Watching split screen coverage here, 13 and 14, 17 and 18. Brittany Hamilton getting ready to bowl on 17. Brittany is sitting in 30th place at minus 67 after 4.
Happy holidays. Happy holidays. You know, it's gonna be Christmas before you know it, man.
Christmas? It's not even.
It is gonna be Christmas
not
before
even
you know it.
Labor Day or.
Well, Woody is. This is like Christmas in June.
Yeah.
I mean, Woody's just giving away money this weekend.
I could use some of that.
What's your favorite holiday song, Matt?
My favorite holiday song?
Yeah, mine's the one that goes, Happy Holidays.
I'm going to have to go with the Trans-Siberian Orchestra song.
Trans-Siberian Orchestra.
And I couldn't tell you the
me?
name of it, but
you can't.
What is it, the Bells song?
Yeah, what do you do? Pretend like you're playing like the fiddle or something?
What? Well, you don't like Trans-Siberian Orchestra?
No, I do, but how?
Yeah.
You know.
What? What, you want me to say Jingle Bells?
Well,
Santa Claus is coming to town, Frosty the Snowman.
Now you're going down the right path at least. Pick one.
I can sound like an 8-year-old. All right, Frosty the Snowman. That's my favorite song. All right? Does that make you feel better?
Oh.
pipe.
And a cotton nose. Yeah. 2 eyes made out of coal.
That's all you're going to get for Christmas in summer. Deandra's got a nice game going this game. She just crossed over Brooklyn to get herself a double, setting up the 10th frame.
I thought you were going to give her a compliment for a minute. She's got a great game going, crossed over for Brooklyn.
Well, she does have a good game going.
No, I know. I'm just kidding.
182.46 off.
Yeah, no, that's great.
Scores are going up, it looks like. I mean, there's a few more. Not everybody's bowling great, but there are a few more high scores here this game.
You know, I was looking around for Ken Abner, and he's on Deandra's pair. What's wrong with me? He's wearing a black shirt. He's just kind of blending in.
Get a good look at Ken.
He's got the ham bone, looking for the Yahtzee.
Oh, stream crusher.
Yeah, anybody I watch, it's bad news. Sorry about that, Ken Abner fan, but we'll get you that interview. I'm having fun down here looking at all the bowling balls that are sitting around, seeing all the different surfaces and layouts. Ken Abner fan, there's a Ken Abner split conversion. The old 3-6-7-10. One of your favorites to leave, Matt.
Oh, is it?
Oh, yeah.
All right, all right. It's only 11:56, Mike. We want to get into this now?
What does Ken Abner sit at right now?
Ken Abner is 39th place at minus 104 after 4 games.
Well, that's a 200 game. That's a step in the right direction for Kenny Abner. Ken, do you have a moment? You have a fan in the chat posting under the name Ken Abner fan. Do you know who that might be?
No, it's got to be a family member. They're a fan of me.
Ken, obviously not the start that you wanted after 4 games, but now to shoot 200 on this pair has got to make you feel like you're taking a step in the right direction.
Yeah, I had 200 the last 2. I'm not throwing it crisp. I actually just got off of back surgery here about 3 months ago, so just trying to pull tough to get better again.
I just saw you at the USBC Open Championships. How was your outing out there?
Not so good either. I was about 25 over. Had some bad games, but had some good spots too, so it'll take some time.
Ken, good luck to you the rest of the weekend, bud. You got some fans in the chat. That's your interview with Ken Abner. You asked for it. You got it. Looks like Deandra's shot there was just fired a little bit out to the right.
She still has 233 off. She's spared.
She does. She was at minus 18 coming into this game, was it?
No. Let's see. Where'd she go? Minus 29. 29, yeah. 771 for 4.
Okay, so she shoots 232. She's plus 3 now. And what's 8th right now?
8th is Mike Rose at plus 19.
Deandra, nice game. You're plus now.
I am.
I believe so. Aren't you plus 3?
I think that's good for nothing.
Well,
But I did hear that the only game that counted today was the last one. So if that's true, then I'm in good shape.
so what'd you finish at? Because we got through game 4 up there. No.
I might be even, maybe a little under.
Well,
I needed more of those.
it's respectable. I mean, it's a nice finish.
That's okay. Yeah, I just had a hard time knocking them all down, and I missed some spares that I shouldn't have, but they're tough. I mean, that's why these tournaments are so great. Woody puts out some really challenging conditions, and you got to make shots.
We'll see the rest of the weekend. So, Matt, I'm a little confused. Is this did she just complete game number 6?
Apparently she is done with game number 6. And the pair to your left is, I guess, starting game 6. Maybe we were a game behind. Because I thought it was
you
game 5.
You don't think she thinks it's a 5-game sweeper, do you?
I don't know. It might be something to bring up to her. Nobody else is done.
We're really out of the loop here, Matt. We've lost control of this broadcast.
Yeah, there's a tournament coordinator there.
Oh, we really have. We've lost control of the
Have
broadcast.
we? Are we spinning out of control?
Yeah, we've lost control. You gonna give us 17 and 18 then up on the screen? I want to ask Deandra if she's completed 6 games. Deandra, you bowled 6 games already? How did you bowl 6 games? We're confused. The sheet I saw was kind of like, it was a pink copy. I didn't see all the...
We have bowled 6.
You have bowled 6. You guys are lane courtesy machines. Yeah, they just didn't give any. They just walked up on everybody and they're done. Wow, because we were really confused because I thought there was a game to go. I thought you got the plus 3. I thought that was game 5, and then you were gonna have another. Yeah, you could go 230 the last game. Yeah. That was the whole story I was trying to set up, actually. Yeah, I tried for it. I think, you know what? The folks at home wouldn't mind. You just bowl a 7th game.
Yeah, they won't mind.
Just roll it on the same pair. Yeah, right here. Yeah, and she wants no tap. Although I'm not so sure, this would even be an interesting format on no tap because there's not a lot of 9s.
No. Yeah, if you miss, you're leaving a split or a washout.
Yeah. Well, Tom Adcock's got 4 in a row over on 11 and 12. We don't have a camera there, but Tommy's bowling good. If he gets a long string going, I'll get something over there.
Looks like Lee Bedores is demanding that Adam Barta get in the booth to correct our mistakes. I'm sure Adam will be pleased at that.
So continuing along, some people are done through game number 6. Some people are just starting game number 6. We should have an update after game 5 soon. I would hope, but
yeah.
Evidently, with some people just starting game 6, that's why we're a little behind. So there were a couple of pairs that had 4 on a pair. So Liz Johnson is in her 6th game. I'll try to get a look at her score sheet, see what she shot game number 5. She's your tournament leader through 4.
Answer a question in the chat here. There is no step ladder after this sweeper. It's just payout for total pins after 6 games. Take you down to 9 and 10. Actually, they're done on 9 and 10. Let's go. Well, it looks like the only match left here on our featured pairs is 17 and 18.
I'm down here in the way. Just trying to look at a score sheet down here. I don't see a score sheet down here, so. So lane 17 and 18, you got Mike Rose Jr. We talk about this guy all the time. Mike Rose from the Northeast. He's a Storm and Roto Grip staffer. Bowls USBC Open Championships with Adam Barda, Rob Gottschall, Scott Pohl, Brian Walczek. It's a great team. Formed it for this year. Wearing his jersey that he wore out there in his singles and doubles event. Mike is an all-events champion at the USBC Open Championships. He's had some tremendous outings out there, and he's paired up with another New Yorker in Liz Johnson. And if you just saw on the left side of your screen there, that blower 8, that was by Randy Weiss. Liz looks like she's throwing the ball a little bit firmer than she was earlier today. And that is our Storm assistant. Helped us set up the table and everything here. A friend to Chris Sand. Mr. Dugan.
Got a request here from John Reed. Wants you to see if you can interview Jeffrey Young for his son Matthew.
All right, I'll see if I can find him.
2 o'clock. 2 o'clock. That's just, how does that work? 3 games? 3 games, cut in half.
Let's see. After 4 games, Liz Johnson had a, holy cow.
Here's Ricky Hara up on lane 18.
54 pin lead on second place, Chris, after 4 games. So
Yeah.
she's got a pretty commanding lead.
I don't know what she had game number 5. Still trying to find that out.
Yeah, so each squad, there's all those cuts.
Liz right now up in the 5th. Has not struck yet on this pair. That's a little more pointed. She's still towing it hard, but that one there was more your rocket to the pocket. Liz had 190 the last game.
Wow, okay, so she's at 104 then.
Yeah, and I believe unofficially last night, I'm gonna get from Woody Demma here. He's right in front of me. I'm gonna find out. I think I got some late breaking news here to report. late breaking news.
Looking forward to that.
Oh, I know you are, Matt Turek. I'm gonna get it for you. Look at that conversion. Mike Rose Jr. says 1-2-10, no problemo. Woody Demma, got a question for you. You were telling me last night that Liz Johnson did something pretty special in this tournament. Could you tell the people at home what she did last night?
What she did last night.
Didn't she take over some new money leader?
That was Rob Gotchel. He passed his buddy Rick Miller on the all-time Boot Hill money winners.
That's what I overheard. I knew I had some news for the folks at home. So Rob Gotchel has passed Rick Miller on the all-time money list at the Grand Boot Hill.
His next goal is Vernon.
Next goal is Vernon. Who is the all-time leader in money, do you know?
Vernon, I believe. Oh, no, excuse me, Rick Harris. If you look at this board.
Oh, it's the one down there, yeah. Rick Hara is the all-time money leader at the Grand Boot Hill. And he's actually on our feature pair, 17 and 18, in a red shirt. And it's in the Bible that we have that we pulled out yesterday that we need to get back out today. Mike Rose Jr. Another strike. Dave Armstrong over here. I'm overhearing him. He's saying that he thinks the scores should have been a little bit higher. Basically, Dave's trying to get me to bowl. That's what he's doing. So Liz Johnson leaves a 5-7. We saw yesterday, she said she moved a couple boards left to pick this yesterday. She's going to do the same today, I bet. Michael Dugan. Where was Mike at after 4 games? He shot .230 game number 1.
14th at -11.
Well, Liz just did exactly what you're supposed to do when you're throwing at the 5-7. You're supposed to hit the right side of the 5-pin, and usually that takes care of it, but did not catch enough of the 5-pin as she actually just tilted it over. So coming down the stretch here, our coverage will resume here at 2 p.m. for the first round of the Grand Boot Hill qualifier. Qualifying round, it'll be our first time seeing it, and for many of you at home, same way for you.
How many games is that, Mike?
Now you got your pamphlet there. While you figure that out, I'm going to analyze Mike Rose Jr. That's a pretty solid shot right there. He's going up the lane. Brian Valenta stopping by. How are you, Brian? You're not bowling anymore? Brian Valenta not bowling well today. He's looking for his keys. Liz Johnson here pretty much has not had much ball reaction on 17 and 18. She leaves the 1-2. Matt, did you get an answer to your own question over there?
No, there's too much fine print. I'm not that worried about it. I'll figure it out as it happens. There's a 3-page book over here you got to read just to enter.
Let me see this pamphlet.
I think it's like they cut top half, right? I don't know if they're every game, if they bowl a set and then cut.
Okay, so what happens in our qualifying squad is all the bowlers are going to bowl 3 games. And the top half of the field is going to advance. And they're going to bowl 2 more games, and the top half is going to advance. And then they're going to bowl 1 game, and the half of that group are all going to make it in to the finals. So if, for instance, we get 40 bowlers to bowl, 20 will make it out of round 1 into round 2. Then 10 will make it out of round 2 into round 3. And then the top 5 scores bowled in that 1 game will make it into the finals.
Okay. So
Okay.
they're not technically qualifying squads, they're more qualifying rounds.
Yeah.
Okay.
Then you get in, and there's no pin carryover or anything like that. So that's how our qualifying works here at the Grand Boot Hill. This is about the last pair to be done. One other with 3 on. But competition about wrapped up here. We want to thank everybody for joining us here. We do have a couple of frames left. Rob Gottschall just graced me with his bowling balls. He walked by. Not quite as happy with how he bowled this morning. I'm here with Alex Aguiar. He's got a tidbit of information for us. Alex, tell us what you just told me.
I just saw Jeff Fair bowl 740 the back 3 games on this pattern, which is pretty darn impressive if you ask me.
What do you know what he got to?
He got to about 85 maybe, give or take, and I think he's a few behind Liz, and Liz is pacing somewhere around 175 this game, so Liz is going to need to strike out here to hold on to her lead, it looks like.
Alex Aguiar giving us a scoop on what's going on. We really appreciate it.
Got score updates after Game 5, Mike.
There you go.
Sitting on top still, Liz Johnson plus 104. Stephen Smith in second plus 62. Mike Rose Jr. plus 53 in third. Brent Bowers plus 50 in fourth. Sam Lanto plus 45 in fifth. Sixth place, Mark Porter plus 43. Aaron Lawrence 7th plus 35, and rounding out top 8 is Brian Wallachek plus 35.
Where's Jeff Fair?
Jeff Fair is 9th plus
At
30.
So he must have had like 260 or 270 the last game.
Other notables, Adam Barta's in 13th.
That's through 5.
Jeffrey Young in 20th.
Hey, Jeffrey Young, we got some people in the chat wanting me to interview you. So I'm just going to throw this out there. What do you want to talk about?
Let's talk about food for lunch.
Okay. What are you feeling like today?
Chipotle.
Is that what you're going to go get? What do you order at the menu there?
Well, today is going to be a burrito with triple meat.
Sounds good.
Triple meat burrito from Chipotle. All right. How'd bowling go today?
Kind of struggled a little bit. Really didn't shoot any big games. Didn't have any really low games. Just kind of 190, 180. Really didn't get anywhere, but had some fun, learned some stuff. That's what I'm here for.
Are you bowling the 2 p.m. qualifier?
Yeah, gonna, put the money in, and we'll see how it goes.
Tonight you're bowling the trio with who?
Chris Prather and Brett Bowers.
All right. Well, good luck to you, bud. Enjoy that triple meat.
Thank you. I will.
All right, bud. There you go. There's your interview you wanted, folks. Jeffrey Young, your winner from last night. Triple meat Chipotle.
So we got a pretty cool situation setting up here. Liz Johnson is going to need all 3 strikes here to tie.
Well, I don't know what Jeff had the last game. I don't know what Jeff
he got up to plus 93 273, I believe.
You know that officially?
Not officially. It was what somebody came by and told me.
What did Jeff finish at, Woody? Jeff's keeping it a secret. Okay. Woody thinks, we think, Liz needs a double to win this thing. And Liz has still got 193 left. She just got her first strike in the last frame. Oh, 4-9. Woody's pretty sure that Jeff Fair is going to be your winner, shooting 740 the last three. He had 260 the last game. So, you know, I'd mentioned that I started to see a little more shape on the lane, especially a guy that can get it to come off the spot. And Jeff, I believe, was able to do so. All right. So Liz, after shooting 279 out of the gate, and Jeff Fair in the clubhouse at plus 95, just needed 17 more pins to lead this thing over the next 5 games. This goes to show you from going pair to pair how demanding they are. Liz shoots 159 the last game. She's not happy with that. But still a nice showing by her, of course. Good bowling.
I was supposed to, if you see Gregory walking by again, they want John Reed wants you to let him know it's actually Matt Reed that's requested the interview.
With Jeffrey Young?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm just relaying the message.
All right. So in a minute, I believe I'm going to have Jeff Fair. We're going to be able to do an interview with them. I'll do it on 13 and 14. Matt,
okay.
On camera, we'll talk to our champion. Get a picture taken with them. We'll grab some lunch, and we'll come back 2 o'clock for our qualifying squad for the Grand Boot Hill. All right, Jeff, perfect. Come on over, Jeff. We good to go, Matt? All right, so Mike Flanagan here standing by with Jeff Fair. I heard you shot 740 the last 3 with 260 the last game. Liz obviously opened up with 279. She was running away with the thing. Lanes are tough, going pair to pair. You never gave up. Tell us a little bit about your afternoon here.
Lanes were very tough. I knew Liz had a big start, and I knew that she would bowl well on this pattern. I think she had 510 the first 2, and I bowled 550 the first 3 and didn't bowl that poorly. And I knew that if I kept grinding, that I was going to have a chance to get there. And I was fortunate. I caught a couple of really nice pairs and bowled well, and shot 230s, 260s to get there. So it's always a great feeling to win, so, especially against a field like this.
Yeah, you're obviously been a player. You've bowled a lot of this stuff over the years, so not unfamiliar territory at all. Take us a little bit through your arsenal. What balls did you use? You stick with one ball. Tell the folks at home kind of pin up, pin down. What did you use surface-wise too?
I did. I used one ball the whole time because it looked pretty good. I thought I was going to maybe use urethane or a weak reactive ball, knowing what normally is out for the short patterns, and I got to use an IQ Tour, which is a pretty strong ball in the storm line. It has about 2,000 on it, and it's drilled weaker, so it allowed me to kind of float it through the front part of the lane, get through the dirt, and reacted great on the back end. So that ball's been money for me the past month. I threw it all 9 games at the USBCs this year and shot 2060, and threw it last week in Baltimore and had a couple of big blocks there. So it's been good. That
ball seems to be a good benchmark ball. Liz Johnson shot 279 the first game with that same exact ball. you're going to see some people have success with on TV and the CBS Sports Network telecast coming up. Jeff Fair, nice bowl, and sorry for butchering your name the entire time. I was going to actually call you Ferris Bueller, but nice bowling, buddy, and I know all your fans back in Cincinnati are happy for you.
Thanks a lot, Mike.
All right, there you have it. It's our buddy, Mr. Jeff Fair, 740, last 3, and I think that's pretty much about it, Matt. We'll wrap this thing up.
Go to some music.
We'll have full standings here in just a little bit on the website. Check back to us. We'll get a story for you. But right now it is just about 12:30 here Central Time. We will be back in about an hour and a half with more coverage here from Addison, Illinois, suburb of Chicago. It's the Storm Grand Boot Hill Weekend 2013. We've got 2 events now down in the books. Congratulations again to Jeff Fair for winning the morning short oil 6-game total pin sweeper. We'll see you back here in about an hour and a half.